Hey, what is up, guys? Steve here, and it is time to start another stream. Today we have Seel in Generation 1. Seel is, well, it's a confusing Pokemon, really. It's one of those water Pokemon that doesn't get a water move to start with, which is just really unfortunate. But it also gets a move that's like really, really good to start with, which is just good and bad. So like a lot of Pokemon, when they their first stage forms, they usually get like Scratch, Tackle, or something like that. We get Headbutt, which is pretty good. Unless your opponent is named Brock, who has Bide, so doing more damage is typically bad. We also don't get Growl until level 30 because the game creators are like, nobody would ever be able to obtain a Seel under level, like, 20, 28, 29 because it's in the S-Word Islands. So it's really in a rock and a hard place where we pretty much just don't have anything. Like for the whole run, we pretty much just get whatever all the water types typically get. So we just get water, ice, normal moves, which is pretty good. I mean, Generation 1, those moves will get you pretty far. But unfortunately, it doesn't like have the best move set because it's right there with like, how should I put it? It's right there with Goldeen and I'm trying to see. Seadra possibly, although I think Seadra may have started with Bubble. As far as like moveset is concerned, like it's kind of like up there with Golduck as well, except Golduck gets Confusion, although it doesn't really use it. But it's not exactly one of those like high tier water Pokemon get like all the coverage that you can ever want. Like a Poliwhirl or a Gyarados or a Blastoise. Or heck, even a Poliwrath. So I imagine like there's absolutely zero chance like we could ever get the time that Seadra got, which was 1 hour, because I think that one started with Bubble. But I really don't think there's. I mean, we're pretty much racing Goldeen at this point. Would I ever bring back the suit and tie? Unfortunately, not. I have the shirt still, I think, but it's one of those slim fit shirts that sticks to your skin and makes it really, really hot, so it's really hard to play to stream in. And I think when I googled it, like I didn't really if you were to find me a version of the suit and tie t-shirt that's not a slim fit t-shirt, like just a regular t-shirt, then I'll purchase it and I'll bring it back for some of the streams. So I guess I could. It's just the version that I bought, it was just it stuck to your skin. It was like super hot, it's not one of those shirts that you just regularly wear unless you're like working out or something. Anyways, I think let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna have a long grind. There was only one person that's ever even completed this run, and his name, I don't know if you ever heard of him. His name is Scott's Thoughts, and unfortunately he did it in yellow version. And for some odd reason, this guy named Brock, he doesn't have defense curl in yellow version, and his Pokemon are 2 level higher. So, it's not exactly comparable results, but with a weaker Brock, a much easier Brock, he couldn't even beat him consistently at 15, and he needs 16. Well, I can tell you, our Brock is way harder, and so we're probably going to have to rely on level 18. But one of the reasons why I think the over is most likely going to hit is because I think we're going to try Brock at 16, 18, and 20. And just by the amount of sheer wasted amount of time to do level 16 and level 18 is gonna bring the time way higher than everyone thinks it's gonna go. All right. Oh, right. I forgot to change the color of the ROM. I think blue is probably very fine for this Pokemon, so I'm not too worried. All right, let me go ahead and start the vertical stream real quick. All right, hello everybody on the vertical stream. Today we are playing Seel in Generation 1. We have a handful of nicknames to pick from, thanks to the poll we ran earlier this week. We've got the nickname Seel, but with an A, from Annie. We got Zealous Pawn with Sea Lion. We got Angel of Hell with Navy. And we got Jose Martinez with Sealerate. I don't understand that last one. But I think we're gonna go with, I unfortunately don't want to go with Sea Lion because that's more of like a Sea King name. We'll probably go with Navy and Seel, which is ironic. That was not done on purpose. That just happened to work out that way. All right, so I got text speed on fast. I'm gonna go ahead and share on Discord just in case anybody wants to join in on today's stream. Also gonna say something in Discord because apparently I forgot to say something. I'll be in streaming doing Seel if anyone wants to join. Okay, there we go. Oh, and I typed one letter R, so our reset counter went up 1. All right. Hello, Mariah. Welcome to the stream. So, did anybody catch the Pokemon Stadium stream / video from earlier this week? Was it anything that somebody liked? I had a good time. The amount of views was the typical amount of views, although I think part 2 typically has less views, so hopefully I can finish like 2 or 3 parts. Oh. I only saw a bit. I might be able to join you soon. Oh, thanks. Okay, we started with... Oh, that missed tackle is pretty nice. I think so too, John. Thin Hills. Ironic, we have 2 Johns currently in chat. I like playing things that I like playing once in a while. So Pokemon Stadium was nice. Departure from our normal solo runs. I'm purposely going through the grass. I want to hit level 7 and I want to try the rival at level 7. In Scott's run, he did the rival. Although I can't recall if the rival with Eevee is easier or not. It probably is easier, but we can just start over the run if we lose to the rival after 2 tries. But I'd like to get there at level 7 and see if it works. If we can't beat it at level 7, we'll start over. And we'll just skip him. But I like trying the rival on a Pokemon that has really good moves, because 200 XP, it's not a lot of XP. I mean, it really isn't. But 200 XP usually will save you approximately 30 to 45 seconds of training for Brock. And recently, in one of our backports that Speed Eye and Ike did, they did the optional rival, and it saved them like 30, 45 seconds. So it was pretty helpful for them. Okay, well, apparently I didn't notice we did not level up to 7. But it's very obvious we were not going to be able to win that. I'm not sure 1 level would have made much of a difference. John, the reason why Seel's not as bad as Scott made it out to be is Scott gave it like 2 tries and he didn't have the XP router back then. I think that Scott would have like, if he were to play it right now, he probably would have figured out something. Not for the Jolteon team though. I think he would have figured something out for the Flareon team. Ooh, that was close. I think it's basically impossible to beat the Jolteon team with the opponent having good AI. I think red and blue is going to have a much harder Brock split, but I think the rest of the game is going to be easier. Oh, I got a Gen 1 miss headbutt there against Rattata. Off to a great start. Looks like we will not be saving 45 seconds by doing the rival. And you're probably thinking, but why don't you just go back to the rival at some point and then just do them again? Oops. And save the 45 seconds. But unfortunately, the reason why it saves 45 seconds if you do it immediately and it doesn't save 45 seconds if you do it later is the walking time. Oh, I just got another Gen 1 miss. The walking time it takes to go from Pewter City to the rival back to Pewter City is approximately 45 seconds. So then you have to beg the question, from the time it takes you to get to Pewter City to do that 45-second trip, would you have been able to battle essentially 3 Metapods? And the answer is probably no, but it's really, really close, and therefore it's just not worth it. Hello, Raider thoughts, my bad. Welcome to the stream. Today we're gonna be playing Seel in Generation 1. Seel only has Headbutt, which pretty solid move. Unfortunately, the downside of Headbutt is the PP amount. With only 13 or 15 PP, we are going to be going to the Pokemon Center a lot. All right, I'm going to skip this trainer because they have a Kakuna and it's going to drain the rest of my 9 PP. We'll come back to that trainer momentarily, but we got a lot of training to do, so not a big deal if we skip them. We'll just come back at a slightly higher level. It was very nice of that Weedle not to knock us out with Poison Sting, or poison us with Poison Sting. So I can get a little bit of training in before we head to the Pokemon Center. We're going to lose a lot of time from Pokemon Center trips. But we're also going to gain a lot of time because we, like, when I say gain a lot of time, I mean gain a lot of time compared to other Pokemon who have to do a lot of training for Brock. We're going to gain a lot of time on being able to use Struggle as our last move. So it's almost like we have got, you know, upwards of 25 Headbutt PP, even though we only have 15 Headbutt. It's like we got almost 10 Struggles. No, we don't have 10 Struggles. We got like 3 Struggles max. I don't know why I said 10. The reason why I say 3 is like Metapod here's got 18 HP, all right? If we were to one-shot that Metapod with Struggle, we would lose 9 HP. Therefore, essentially what I think a level 6 Metapod's got 20 or 21 HP total, so I don't know if it rounds up or rounds down. I assume it rounds up. So let's just round up. A level 11, or we would lose 11 HP. Therefore, we'd be able to survive 3 Metapods. Oh, this level 5 Metapod's the one with 21? Okay, so it'd have more. So we'd survive 3. So essentially we've got 18 PP. What level for Brock? Well, I can tell you that it's a minimum of 16. Minimum. Like, might as well not even attempt lower than 16. Because that's the level that Scott did it at. And Scott didn't have to deal with a higher level Geodude and Onix along with Headbutt. So honestly, we'll do it at 16, but I will only do one attempt because I'm fairly confident I will not even be able to get halfway through Onyx before I die to a bide. Struggle bide. Okay, so we've hit 36 HP. Well, I wouldn't necessarily call struggle useful in Gen 1 because it's got normal typing in Gen 1 and it hurts you half in Gen 1. Gen 2 onwards, it's typeless and does a fourth to you of the damage dealt. So it's more like a double edge kind of thing. But Gen 1 struggle is very, very bad. It's also why I bet you in Generation 2, Ditto might actually be like a little bit easier to play. Because if you're only doing half to yourself, if you're only doing a fourth to yourself instead of half to yourself, you essentially have double the amount of HP to work with if you're doing the whole struggle grind. So I bet you like, the question is how many trainers can you defeat using struggle with Ditto? And the answer is, I think you can use struggle on Ditto up to approximately 4 Pokemon teams. So I bet you could probably struggle Ditto on teams up to 5, maybe even level 6, or like 6 Pokemon on the team. Therefore, you could probably struggle all the way up to the league. Probably not Red. You probably can't win against Red because you would have to defeat him with Pikachu, which is just not happening. Oh boy, so much fun training. This is why having the second person was very nice. I don't know why I didn't procure. I don't know why I didn't get a second person ahead of time. I mean, obviously I know why. I was asleep, but should have put a message out there 2 hours ago before I went to sleep. 3 hours ago when I got back from work and went to sleep. By the way, John, I don't know. Oh, right. Actually, it's the 21st for you now. I don't know if you guys have Dairy Queen where you come from, or if Dairy Queen's expanded Australia, but March 20th was free cone day at Dairy Queen. So after work, I went to Dairy Queen. I got myself a free ice cream cone. You do not have Dairy Queen. Okay. Well, if anybody else is watching and you just heard what I said, I recommend dropping the stream and immediately heading to Dairy Queen to get your free ice cream cone. If you're from America. Obviously, if you're from Europe, free cone day has already passed. I know, right, Dust Yankee. I do this weird thing. There's a website. I don't remember what it's called, but it's more of an article, not a website, that they write down all of the fake holidays. So, like, you know, there's really, really stupid holidays, like, let's say, I don't know, Stromboli Day or something like that. I ignore those. But on the website, I look at every single holiday that could, in fact, be fast food related, and I put it on my calendar. I don't put anything on my calendar, like my Google Calendar. I don't use Google Calendar for any other reason other than to tell me what all the fake holidays are. Like, I'll know what National Burger Day is, and then, like, if you go to, like, all of your apps, like, let's say, Wendy's, Burger King, McDonald's. McDonald's will typically do 50-cent hamburger. Wendy's will do, like, $1 Dave single, and Burger King will do $1. I can't remember if it's Whopper or Whopper Jr. But regardless, the fake holidays really benefit me. Some of the fake holidays don't really get celebrated though, like National Vanilla Milkshake Day. Nobody celebrated. Which I thought a place like Steak and Shake would have celebrated National Milkshake Day, but unfortunately Steak and Shake did not. It might have had to do with the fact that it's Vanilla Milkshake Day and not just Milkshake Day. I'm curious if they celebrate National Friday anymore. Like they celebrate Friday on every single Friday now. So they probably don't celebrate the individual fake holiday of Friday. Whenever that is. Did you guys see me get like 4 encounters within like 5 tiles? That was pretty crazy. Like 4 encounters within going 5 tiles up or down. I don't know if I've ever been that lucky. Unfortunately, the encounter right here is still garbage. I like how right before the Pokemon gets knocked out, you can see what its maximum catch rate is. You know the Pokemon does not have the maximum, like the minimum catch rate when the catch rate is 75. Oh wow, Metapod was 47. Pikachu was 75, which Pikachu at 75 means it's the same catch rate as Paris. Companies used to display it, but since people stop shopping at those places when displays are up, the companies are now folding. Oh, they do the same thing here with Pride Month. I don't know when Pride Month is. I think it's April. But seeing as there is like a boycott going on of Target. Target's like the only one I know that actually puts up Pride related stuff for Pride Month. And when I say Pride stuff, I mean like you know, the rainbow colored flags and whatnot. I think there's just not enough customers that buy the, like, there's just not enough like people in that category for the company to be celebrating it, is probably why, John. Like, typically the reasons why a company would celebrate a holiday is that it benefits them, but I think the fact that there's just not enough customers that it's not worth celebrating is probably why it's not being celebrated. Hey, hey boss, KO. Hey KPI, welcome. You've missed all of the hard part of the training where we're not one-shotting Pokemon. Now we're at the part of the training where we actually do one-shot Pokemon. But don't worry, there's still plenty of training to do. In fact, I expect there to be so much training to do that I'm actually not going to battle the Diglett Sandshrew trainer, the Light Years Junior trainer, because I'm going to go ahead and save them for later. I think my first real attempt at Brock is going to be 18. So I'll save the Light Years Junior trainer for 17 and 409 away from 17. Or 18. We have 51 HP now, which means we could probably struggle train like 4 Pokemon now. So it's like we have 19 PP. Well, KPI, I don't watch Gen 3, but I imagine Gen 3 has the same problem as Brock. Am I correct? Because if I recall, as a kid, I used to use the fire starter, and I remember the first gym leader in Gen 3 being really, really hard. Because they had like a Geodude, an Onyx, and that Pokemon like that's just a giant stone. Possibly like a magnet stone guy. Oh, I'm 16. Whatever. I'll just keep going. I know we aren't gonna win at 16. How's your favorite water dog doing? Has no water moves, Andrew. No water moves. The background to this picture's a lie. Oh. Oh, yeah. I can't imagine doing Gen 3. I've still, to this day, never completed a run of Fire Red. When I said Gen 3, I didn't mean Fire Red. I meant the other one, like Emerald. That, if I recall, that gym leader has got yeah, maybe it's 2 Geodudes actually. 2 Geodudes and like the rock Pokemon looks like Nose Pass. I feel like that's probably harder than Brock because in Gen 3 they'll actually have AI that helps it attack better. Yeah. Yeah, Roxanne. Is she more of a wall than Brock is? Because I imagine she is. That's what I thought, Matt. That's what I thought. Oh, I also remember one of her Geodudes doesn't it hold like an Oran berry or something, which is just like an even bigger slap in the face, like making her even harder. Okay, well, starting out with a defense curl, not great. I'm a little surprised at how much damage I'm doing, though. Even with defense curl, I was doing like 2+ damage for a little while. All right, there we go. We got a bide. Now we're struggling. All right, Geodude's got... okay, we still have enough HP. Onyx has got 15. We still have enough HP. Holy crap. That might be winnable. I don't know if it's winnable at 16, but it looks like 17 might be winnable. I don't know if we have enough HP at, oh my. He never even used defense scroll that time. Also, the flinch rate seems to be higher than I expected. But unfortunately, he's biting more this time. I'll give it one more try, and then I'll get to 18. See if it's more consistently low, like low HP, or more consistently like a third HP. Ooh. Okay. 18 might help. We'll see. But it looks like we're not as bad as I thought we would. I really thought we'd have to be closer to 20 to defeat Brock before we even started playing. But I think our flinch chance is a lot higher than I expected. I guess our flinch is a lot higher than the... I don't know what I expected. It's probably 10 or 33. It must be 33. I don't think there was a 25 in this game. I know that goes 10, 33, 40, because Sludge is 40. I thought Sludge was 50, but it's apparently 40. Okay. Well, we're definitely going to save a lot of time on Brock for the second attempt. Hopefully. Hopefully the nice damage rounding threshold and extra HP will matter. I've never used a Seel. Okay, so you start off with 2 defense crawls. Oh, but we got a crit. Nice. Nice flinch. Okay, we're faster than Onyx, which is pretty nice for flinching. Ouch. Uh-oh. That's a screech. Okay, bide. Okay. Okay. I think it's doable at 17. I think 18 is a little bit more consistent. Unfortunately, there was no gym leader Matt video or J-Rose video for me to learn from. Because say what you want about J-Rose, even if he plays kind of poorly for the majority of the game, you can't screw up Brock because I only have headbutt. So if J-Rose had a video, it's like, okay, well, I could have looked at it and be like, okay, well, you know, if J-Rose did it 18, well, it's not like I can be any better, you know, with growl, with no growl or anything. You know what? I bet this is probably a mistake. I bet you I was probably supposed to go for the trainer above this trainer. You know what? Never mind. We got Struggle. Struggle is probably going to be fine for the last trainer. And let's be honest, we were going to knock out the flying type in the grass anyways. We're going to have to throw balls at it, full HP regardless. Okay, well, it says 33%. That's our third ball. There we go. Math. It feels nice to not be racing the clock right now. I didn't do a lot of Mew runs. I only did 23. But definitely feels good to have the weight lifted off my shoulder. Okay, I'm not sure if I can catch this. Nice. Okay, level 10 is probably too much for water gun. Yeah, okay, so we should probably be doing Zubats level 9 and lower. Alright, I'm going to try and skip pretty much all the training at this point. Except for Geodude Onyx guy. Alright, we hit level 20. So I figured I could probably knock out the Zubat. Level 10 now. So at this point, we're going to be upgrading to Bubble Beam from Misty, which shouldn't be hard because she's only going to spam Tackle. And that means we'll have Bubble Beam for the rival. 11? Oh, I can knock out 11. Nice. And we'll be upgrading to Body Slam. when we get to the SSN. I have, however, come up with a plan for the late game that I might hold on to Ice Beam and not teach it until after Koga. And the reason why I came up with this plan is because I want to have Rest and Reflect on my moveset for Koga. And then I can teach Ice Beam after Koga. So I can use Surf, Reflect, and Rest on Koga and pretty much guarantee myself being able to survive a self-destruct from no matter what HP. Possibly even an X attack. Okay, I for some reason forgot I had the Paris already. Shouldn't have walked through that grass. So this is my brilliant plan. Oh, hey, John. How do you like my Koga plan?
Koga plan? What's the Koga plan?
My Koga plan is Koga is probably not going to be super easy, because we've got a relatively okay HP stat. Our defense stat is to be desired. It's not bad though compared to a lot of these Pokemon we've been using. However, Surf is not the greatest move to be knocking out Coughing, Muck, and Wheezing.
Oh,
So what I plan on doing is, instead of immediately teaching Ice Beam, which pretty much everybody in their right mind would do upon arriving in Celadon, I plan on not teaching Ice Beam, then teaching... All right, hold on. Then I plan on teaching Reflect. So my move set going into Koga will be Reflect, Rest, because I get Rest via level up at level 40. Okay, I might actually have to use the TM for Rest. Maybe I might get there at 40. I don't know. So I'll have Rest and Reflect for Koga. So I can essentially just rest against the Wheezing, and I can survive like an early self-destruct. Probably not an X attack self-destruct, but I bet I can survive like a Sludge and a self-destruct if I use Reflect.
sounds alright.
And then after I'm done with Koga, there's no need for Reflect anymore, and then I can just immediately teach Ice Beam. I feel like I'm only gonna be missing out on a tiny bit of damage by not having Ice Beam, and that will be against the Rocket with the 2 Zubats and the Golbat, and the Rocket with just the Zubat in Pokemon Tower. So
What are you gonna have instead of Ice Beam?
Reflect.
What you gonna have? What, Reflect, Rest, Surf, and Headbutt? Or what are you saying?
I mean, at Pokemon Tower, I'll have Bubble Beam instead of Surf, because obviously I can't use Surf just that then. But yes, yeah, that. Technically, I'll have Growl because I won't have taught Reflect yet. But yes, that's pretty much it.
Would it be better off using Ice Beam instead of Surf for Koga?
No, because I do not have Stab.
Okay.
It's not like Dugong. We don't have Stab.
Yeah, I know. It's still 95 power. It still has a chance of freezing.
Yeah, but Surf will have 142 power. There's literally... You'd be losing a lot by not using Surf.
So why don't you have Surf and Ice Beam?
Why would I have Ice Beam? What do I need Ice Beam for that point of the game? What did I just... Oh, right. Okay. I was like, I just got confused on where I was.
I was thinking more, you could do a bit of self-training before you go to Koga, or Koga's going to be hard.
I would rather do the training in cycling road and just... So I would grab early surf and then go back to cycling road if I think I need it. Because Machop and Machoke are basically weak to surf by having low special. And the coughing and wheezing, they're also pretty much weak to surf because they have low special. Maybe not wheezing, but coughing definitely.
Isn't it funny to think about cycling road as more like Koga's gym than the trainers actually in Koga's gym?
Absolutely. Okay, so we're gonna grab early rest just in case I can't make it to level 40 by the time we get to Koga. And who knows, maybe the new plan is get to level 40, then do Koga. So that way it can hold on to surf or rest. If I want to teach over rest for like the Elite Four and then teach it back.
You probably want to keep rest for the whole game, wouldn't you?
Yes. Well, the natural rest I would keep like the whole game, but I think at some point I need Mimic and I'll have to teach over rest on either Rival 6 or the Elite Four, and then I can teach rest over Body Slam at some point in the league. I don't know. The problem is a lot of my decision making came from Scott's video, and unfortunately Scott's video is just very different than Red and Blue. I forgot to heal. Darn it.
You should be right though.
Okay, no sand attack. That's all I cared about.
But you got the speed drop as well, man.
Aww.
Aww.
And what do you know? Body Slam would have mattered. It would have one shot instead of two. Oh. And a flinch.
Oh,
wow.
Flinch.
Nice. So this might be a little bit different than Scott's video. Scott had I mean, according to his testing, he had a 50-50 against Surge. Mine might not exactly be 50-50 because I have to deal with 2 more Pokemon. But the question is, am I faster than either Pikachu or Voltorb?
Oh, Raichu's also 4 levels lower as well.
Yeah, that's why I'm mostly asking about the Raichu Voltorb thing, because if I can defeat Raichu or Voltorb without taking damage, then I get to benefit from the lower Raichu.
Yeah.
If I don't get, or if I'm outsped by both Pikachu and Voltorb, then this is just harder. Critical hit Thundershock. Bummer.
Oh. So this might still be 50-50.
I don't know if it's 50-50. Scott's testing was only with a Raichu, and I clearly have to deal with a Voltorb. So I guess if I don't get hit by Sonic Boom, it's probably slightly better in my favor.
Yeah, I think looks like it's a lot easier.
Probably.
If you're a slow poke, though, I would say it would probably be harder.
I'm trying to get used to the whole bag thing. Ever since the Mew race, people have found out about the bag trick.
What's the bag trick?
Well, it's not really a trick. It's mostly just like the way I used to do the bag is I would click select on the item that I want to move, and then I would move it to the top manually. Yeah. But now people click on the top item first, then they go to the bag, or then they go to the item that they want, essentially having to save going up and down in the bag one extra time.
That makes a lot of sense.
I don't like doing that. I've never done that in my entire life, so it's really awkward to me.
Isn't it like everything? Like you get used to it. Like
Some things, yes.
it's like down a fuchsia sea. You always go to the right, but everyone's telling you to go to the left to the tree.
Yeah, I'm still not used to the left tree. I'm not sure how quickly I will get used to the left tree, but the left tree is.
How much faster is it? Like what, a couple of seconds?
I don't even think it's like 1 second faster, but it's faster. Okay, maybe it's a few seconds faster. Plus, here's the thing: the left tree also mitigates the risk of accidentally walking in the building, because I have done that before.
Haven't come back for a long time though.
I think also there's like a gate on the right tree, which causes me to have to go right, then up, which is something going on the left side does not have. So I guess it kind of saves a little bit of time and a little bit of like precision going through the correct hull. Oops.
Well, it's like J-Rose, right?
Well, he doesn't do anything different.
No, I told him about the we call it the elixir in Pokemon Tower, you know, the hidden one.
Mm-hmm.
He still forgets sometimes because he's so used to not picking it up.
Well, here's the other thing.
Pokemon.
J-Rose doesn't have to compare himself to anybody. Like, even though all the waves that we play, like Gym Leader Matt, myself, Scott, and sometimes Speed, we're all relatively comparable. Like, for instance, you know, for me versus Scott, Scott's overlay does the whole Mount Moon thing, but I could offset the Mount Moon thing by just adding a minute and a half to his time. So it's not like that uncomparable. Gym Leader Matt's, it's a little bit more uncomparable because he does the whole 3 times speed, and he does it by game time, but it's still comparable. I don't know the exact direct comparison, but like if I see his game time is, let's say, 3 hours, then I know that mine's gonna be like 3 hours and 20.
Yeah.
So it's not exactly the same, but it's close.
I mean, at the same time, you're really just competing against yourself. It's like golf. Is that not right?
Oh, sorry. I'm like trying to think of what I want to do.
Oh, what you want to sell and stuff?
Yeah, you said something about golf, but hold on. Let me leave the building. All right, I think I want Carbos for this first part because we got 45 speed, and that with no badge boost, so 1 speed could make it. Oh, right, we're gonna be using Mimic. My bad, I almost forgot.
Oh, you already brought 1 goal.
Yep. Okay, now, what were you saying?
Well, a lot of these speed runs is more like golf. Like, you're not really comparing your run with Scott. You're really just comparing your runs with your runs, right?
In the grand scheme of things, yes.
Yeah. So, like, if Scott gets a better time by, I don't know, by far, right? Does it really matter at the end of the day?
No.
I mean, especially if he got really lucky, right? Which happens always.
Oh, right. Like I actually think that it would be really well, I guess. I don't know how old my Marowak run is, but I feel really bad for both Scott and Gym Leader Matt for when they have to compare their Marowak run to my Marowak run, because I got a really lucky double Hydro Pump miss on Lance on my final Marowak time. That's something that they're not going to be able to do consistently.
Especially if you only have like 1 reset on it and you get that. that. It's like,
Right.
you could have probably 20 resets and not get that.
Like, some things you just can't plan your way out of, and Lance with Hydro Pump is something you just can't plan your way around.
Well, remember the Ho-Ho run
Mhm.
that I did? I had to wait for him to miss a rock, or Ho-Ho to have friendship to stop. Metagross didn't have that problem, but if I had gone lucky first up, Ho-Ho would have got a better time. Now, is that comparable? I don't know.
If you do 2 runs, it might be. But why would you do two runs of a 4-hour game?
Oh, no way. I don't think even Speed does that with Platinum.
It sounds like the going rule at this point is Gen 1 to 3 is like 2 runs, and Gen 4 plus is 1 run.
Yeah. It's just too much talking in all the gens from Gen 4 onwards.
Agreed.
Like,
I actually haven't watched anybody play a Diamond and Pearl run, so I'm kind of making the Gen 4 thing up, because I know Scott does Gen 4, so you'd know better than I would if he does 1 run or 2.
he does 1 run at the moment.
I
He
figured.
hasn't done a, but the thing is, some of those runs can go up to 4 hours in Platinum, right? And that seems to be a very common trend at 3 to 4 times speed on all of these newer ones. The problem is also is the DS and 3DS, unlike the GBA games, the frame rates going to stay static, if that makes sense.
Is Scott said that?
Yeah.
Okay, then it must be true. I know that his computer is like way better than mine.
He needs a
Dang
good
it.
computer for 3DS,
Did the whole-
so
Did the wrong tree thing again.
that's alright. You'll get it in the second run, right?
Like, for instance, my computer is more than enough to play this game. I've got a 3080 graphics card, which is the third, well, is 2 generations old. So it's not the best, but it's pretty good. But like, as you can see on my screen share, not exactly the gameplay, but my screen share, at the top it says 239 frames, 238 frames, 239 frames. So I mean, I'm losing 1 frame per second, but 1 frame per second is not really going to do much. But I think the other gens, that it might vary a lot more. I think when I was doing Pokemon Stadium earlier, the frames varied a lot more, even though I was playing at 1 time speed.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no, I'm trying to think. Do I want to do the training? Like, level 34 is not good enough for... It's not good enough for Koga, right?
I'd probably go level 38, to be honest.
Oh crap! I just realized I forgot to grab Reflect.
See if you even need it, though. You might get lucky.
Oh, interesting. Well, now I definitely don't need Ice Beam if I get Aurora Beam. Okay, regardless, I will defeat the next trainer, and then I will come... Oh, actually, you know what? I should probably defeat the Sand Slash and all of them, too.
Maybe he's in on the Hypno guy.
Ooh.
I was going to say, do Headbutt. Try and get...
I need a flinch. Did I save? Okay, good.
Yeah. So good to knock out both 1-1 hit. The other guy's also got a Sand Slash too, doesn't he, on the right?
He does, but he's got 2 Arbok.
Oh, nice. Badge boost you.
Yeah, so I think the higher games, it's just... it's not going to be like super comparable between everybody, especially with whatever rules they plan on doing.
Yeah. Honestly, the thing with the DS and 3DS games is that you need a really good processor. It's not really the graphics card at all.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I think of computers more of a like tiers than like the individual parts themselves. And the reason why is like if you get yourself a really good graphics card in a really meh computer, you're not going to be able to utilize it. So whenever I build a computer, I don't have any parts that are like in a tier above that it should be. So, but that might just be a me thing. Maybe some people do buy computers where their graphics card is so much better than their computer that it's not comparable. But whenever I upgrade my computer, the whole computer's upgraded, every single part.
True. But like the difference on the DS games versus modern gaming, so like we'll say like Elden Ring or the latest Call of Duty, is that the DS games, talking black, white, platinum and all that. The thing is that having a really good processor is not enough. It has to be really good on a single core, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, yeah, because if there's like a whole core switching thing that it's a minor lag. Like it's almost no lag, but it does exist.
Yeah. And so modern games are built for multi-core processors, right?
Yeah.
The thing is that you could have the best processor in the world, but you could actually be slower than say me, who's got a really good single core processor for the DS.
I used to have an even more embarrassing version of this. I used to run dual graphics card way back in the day. It was it had screen tearing galore.
Oh really?
Yeah. That is John, online bully.
Hey, online bully.
Okay, level 40. Oh right, we learned rest at 40, so that's even better. All right, we need to go get reflect, and we'll try Koga.
How's it all going, online bully? I haven't seen you for a while. You've been busy working.
Oh my god, we don't learn it. I just assumed we learn it. Oh my god.
Well,
like every Pokemon in Gen 1 just it learns reflect. I can't believe it. I didn't even bother to look or check. Okay, well, that's just
now.
Well, that's just unfair. Well, does it really matter?
Nah, not really.
I forgot to heal. It's even more embarrassing.
Oh wow. At level 4 you probably didn't really need it. Just depends on
oh no, EX attacked. Yeah. I think I could win if he doesn't X attack. Oh right, I accidentally won. Nope.
Yeah.
When a minus.
We get that, Andy. It's not as common as Mimic, but I know I thought Seel learned Reflect as well. I was kind of throwing there.
I mean, almost all the Gen 1 Pokemon learned Reflex. I didn't even think twice about it.
Oh, that's most screens don't come back to haunt you.
It already has twice.
Honestly, Gen 1 Sand Attack is so much worse than any other gens. Like, the percentages that you lose for accuracy is just so much worse.
The thing is, even though I've been hit by 3 smoke screens, as long as he doesn't X attack self-destruct, I think I can win. Oh my god. Okay. Double X attack? Okay, there's no chance. Not with 3 sand attacks.
If he puts an X attack, just try and go for the freeze.
I don't think there's any chance we can beat Rival 5. I may just be at a point where I just need a lot more training.
Oh, nice, you've won. Would be easier because you got surf now. Could you just go to Blaine's gym and get the special increase?
I have
That
to
would be,
beat Koga to get that.
You've just beaten Koga.
Right, right. Oh, I thought you were trying to give advice for like the next run.
No, I mean do that now instead of going to Silco, because the special might make Rival 5 a lot easier.
Those are for Blizzard for later.
Oh yeah, forgot that. Erica. You think it was a mistake, them giving word types, like too many word types access to ice moves? Because you don't really get the equivalent of that until Gen 4 for fire types. And grass types never really get anything that's super effective against fire. Except for oh, no, they do Earthquake and that. But that's not till very much later gens. You're talking like Gen 4 onwards. So in Gen 1 was the only one that really went below.
Interesting. I don't have a strength user.
Why would you have a strength user? You usually wait for Lapras, don't you?
I'm overthinking.
Yeah, I think you've been thrown out because you're a word type that has surf, so you don't have to actually capture another word type.
I looked pretty confused when I saw that I wasn't learning strength. Maybe my brain was like, I don't have anything that learns surf. What do you mean I don't have anything that learns surf?
I mean, theoretically, you could capture a Geodude in Mount Moon, and then what we call it, beat Erica before you go to Fuchsia, and then just do the strength puzzle after you get the strength HM.
I don't know if these trainers are worth doing. Well, we'll find out in the second run if we run into too many roadblocks.
I would only do the one that's got the Rapidash.
See, there's a balance to the Pokemon count versus XP thing, and that one's definitely not going to be the best. I think the one with the very, very first one and the second one have like the last Pokemon on their team is a Ninetales. So those two would probably be worth it.
Yeah. Oh man, I see him pro.
Oh, Scott lost to Blaine a few times.
Yeah, Blaine in yellow was so much harder.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have even suggested that to Steve if this was Jugon. Being pure water though helps.
Yeah, I mean I like being pure water. Less weaknesses is always good. Although the lack of stab ice move for the very final Venusaur is probably not the greatest.
You'll probably get badge boost off the Rhydon.
Oh, that's the plan. That's definitely the plan. Crap. Why do I have so many items?
Not sure.
Oh, because I'm holding on to rest?
Yeah, that makes sense. Question is if you need much training here.
I probably do. I'm gonna take a shot at Rival 5 just to see how it goes, but I don't think there's really any shot at winning, but we'll see.
I don't know. I think you could win. It's just whether you might need the level ups after. Don't you love him having Dragon Rage at this level?
Sometimes it's still very scary. Our Pokemon just has a pretty decent HP stat this run. Okay, well this is really unfortunate right now. Oh my god,
Nice.
that was just. I'm not gonna get that luck on run 2. I didn't learn anything. I didn't learn if I needed training or not.
Well, you want that lucky.
Yeah, I was. I got a paralysis on the Alakazam when I was supposed to take a hit, and I froze the Venusaur when I was supposed to take a hit. I was supposed to take 2 more hits than I took.
True. Well, maybe you just go 2 more levels. I don't think you're gonna be.
Oh, I didn't grab the.
that far behind.
These stupid little mistakes are really adding up. Oh, I'm so stupid. Why did I think this? I still got Magnemite on the brain. I was preparing for a hard Giovanni. Obviously, this is not going to be a hard Giovanni.
Yeah. A rare candy gap. You should remember.
I already got it. Look, I have
Strength
9. I have 9 candies. I already have.
You get the strength one.
Oh no, you're right. You're right. I didn't get it. Because I didn't have a strength user. That's why I wanted a strength user. Right.
And you got Brown out as well. Oh wow, you had one shot the Gabras. Huh. Probably rest here.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking like what's the worst that could happen? It uses
Confusion.
right.
And even that isn't really gonna. I hate being paralyzed.
Ah, of course, it's a crit, and I got
Ah.
oh my god! How in
Oh,
the
you
world
are
did I
so
win
lucky.
that? How? Lucky paralysis. The weird thing is, how was I still? Was I faster than it? What after both of us being fully paralyzed?
No, it chose bad moves. I don't know why you flew here instead of Fuchsia.
Yeah.
To get the right moves. Only saying because you'll forget after this gym, you'll go to the Elite 4 and you'll be like, why am I 1 level below?
Oh, Dust Yankee. I
I'm
don't know
so
if you saw the stadium, the middle part of the stadium stream, but we had a team that was 5 fully evolved Pokemon. Dust Yankee killed it with $2.
Oh no. I was gonna say training here might be worth it. Like,
That's true,
that guy
but
down
my first runs I
Yeah.
like making them as hard as possible, and so I can see what I can do late on the second run.
Oh, okay. Because I think that Neo King is an easy 1 hit down below.
Right. Well, they're all pretty easy with Surf. I mean, this whole entire gym is pretty easy with Surf.
Yeah. Well, it's not this gym I'm worried about. It's Lorelei and then Lance's Gyarados.
All right. So now I think we're grabbing Mimic.
And the Red Candy.
Right.
At least you know
Oops.
next time not to get Reflex.
Right. trying to think if I actually need to teach Mimic for this next battle. I think I do, because I need agility. But the problem is, what do I teach it over?
Did you get rest by level up or not?
I already did. I still have the rest TM.
So teach it over rest for this rival fight, see if you even need rest.
I'm going to save first. Do I need body slam anymore? Oh, right. Never mind. Alakazam.
Yeah. Oh, I would not get rid of Ice Beam unless you're teaching Blizzard afterwards. Oh, yeah. Nice.
The answer for Lorelei is defeat the first two Pokemon, Mimic. That's pretty much the whole plan. What? Okay, well, I should have used Blizzard. That was really stupid. And now I don't have rest. Okay.
Oh wow, that does not do that much damage.
Okay, well, I kind of suspected that I was gonna have to rare candy. We're not using a badge boosting Pokemon, so I don't think I need to rare candy. I don't think I need to save any of them. I might pick up the final candy and then just hold on to it though.
I think you're gonna be way too low for Lance.
What's wrong with Lance?
I don't know, but Gyarados is going to be...
well, I'm expecting to 3-shot the Gyarados with Blizzard. Where's my...
Well, yeah, mimicking amnesia is always the tactic for most of these runs. Andy?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't really see a reason to keep rest. Maybe for the champion, I might need rest. Okay, I don't know why I'm setting up on agility on Pidgeot. That was really stupid.
To be fair, last time it only did agility to you. I was shocked though how little body slam did.
It's because I leveled up and then in the middle of battle lost all my badge boosts. That crit probably mattered. My badge boost probably still would not have one shot.
But yeah, I'm just thinking your attack must be that low. Without the badge boost, you're pretty pathetic.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I'll look at a lot of votes coming in at the end. I noticed at the very beginning of the run. Very beginning of the run, we had 75% of them were on the over. Now 62% of them are on the under.
Well, I was one of the early OGs saying under 25.
I was pretty confident we would finish around 125 because of the Brock split, but I was fairly confident the second run would go way under 125.
Yeah, because you're going to learn from mistakes.
No, it's just that I figured I'd waste a lot of time getting resets on Brock in the first run, and the second run, I just wouldn't waste any time on Brock because I would just immediately get to the right level. Okay, I don't know. I still like the diagonal method. I don't think it's as efficient, but I don't know. It's just something that's hard to teach out of me.
I think everyone goes to the right just so they don't accidentally knock it down twice. It's more like a safety mechanism.
I think on the second run, I'll probably be adding trainers in here as well. But we'll see. Maybe the Elite Four won't need them. Who knows?
It never hurts it. Give the chance, trainer.
What do you mean? That's the only trainer I usually consider avoiding.
That's what I was saying. Never hurts.
That one and the Executor trainer are the two that I avoid most often. I wonder if I should be using Body Slam until I get hit by a growl. Because then after I get hit by the growl, my surfs will do more damage. Plus, obviously, Body Slam will do less damage.
Oh, now he's come at me, growls, and you got no choice.
I wonder how many of my early runs are negated because I had a hard Misty when I shouldn't have had a hard Misty. Or not Misty, I mean Lorelei.
Oh.
Like, for instance, if I recall, Lapras had a really hard time at Lorelei. My old Lapras run.
Why?
Well, I probably didn't use the Amnesia strat. That run is very old. Very, very old.
When did you find out about Mimic?
Past Steve thought he was a genius, and Past Steve may have decided to hold on to not pick up Mimic to save time. Obviously, the wrong decision. Oh, wait, Blizzard's not the strongest move because I'm not part ice.
Nice. Shots.
Not gonna lie, I'm doing a lot more damage than I expected. Unfortunately, that was very unfortunate results. Oh, I gotta just Gen 1 miss to surf.
You've lost this round. Confusion's so painful. That's one thing I like about Gen 7. They reduce the chance of hitting yourself while confused to 25% instead of 50. So Gen 1 to 6 is a 50-50 chance of hitting yourself.
So far, the opponent is 3 for 3 on all hypnosises.
So Agatha's the problem one.
I mean, I knew Agatha all along was gonna be the problematic one, but unfortunately, I don't have a strat.
Mimic hypnosis.
Is that any better? Because I go second. So is it really any better than just spamming surf to begin with? I've done runs where I do the whole mimic hypnosis, and it's okay of a strat if you go first. If you go second, I think it's actually worse.
True.
If I was a higher level, it looks like I could two-shot this first Gengar. I mean, that could be an improvement. I mean, really, how much higher of a level would I have to train to consistently two-shot that Gengar?
True. I'd say if you came here at a much higher level, yeah, just surfing would not be a problem. But I'm thinking about level 65. You'd have to come.
I could rest. In theory, I could rest on either Golbat and Arbok. But I have to get rid of something.
Well, the only thing you could get rid of is Body Slam, but
then I would have a harder champion battle.
Yeah. Wait, what would be hard about Alakazam?
Yeah. Like, in theory, the best strat might be not teaching Blizzard until this battle, or until... No. I mean, I guess I would have to defeat Rival 6 without Blizzard. I would...
Probably not the hardest thing with Ice Beam.
Okay, well, Agatha Lottery has been finished. But yeah, without Blizzard, then I could teach Rest for that battle. And
Honestly, I think if you went in a slightly higher level,
yeah,
Agatha's not as much
yeah.
of a pain.
I think the amount of time I waste on Agatha Lottery, I could definitely be a higher level. Okay, actually, I probably should not have done that. What I should have done was went with another Blizzard because he was going to Hyper Potion. Am I fast in air? Oh, I am fast in Dragonite. Nice.
Oh wow,
Ooh, just a tiny bit.
that went a lot smoother than I thought it was going to go.
We might have two-shot that Gyarados too, if it was a higher level.
Well, so far Agatha's the only Stonewall.
All right, now what do I want to mimic on this team? I missed. Bummer.
Probably recover.
Yeah, I'd agree. Probably recover. It's definitely going to make that Alakazam a lot harder. Or maybe I don't want to mimic anything. Maybe I want to just teach Rest instead of mimic. So that way I don't have to waste a turn mimicking recover. Oops, wrong move. Nice.
Oh wow, crit help.
Yeah. Like on this Rhydon, like I want to get badge boosts. Oh wow, Gen 1 missed a body slam.
Rest would help.
Yeah, Rest would help a lot. Plus, Rest would help with the delaying turns for badge boosting. I guess I don't need any of my body slams. Oh, that's so much lower than I thought I'd do. Okay, yeah, we're gonna teach Rest.
Rest of mimic.
Yep. Interestingly enough, I do not need this last candy because I level up right before the Rhydon, which is literally perfect.
Oh
Nice.
Use recover.
I don't know how many tail whips I want.
I'd probably only stick with 3, honestly. You're probably going to get too greedy.
What about 6?
Now he attacks. See? You got too greedy. You shouldn't have gone Rest there.
Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't have gone Rest.
And you did. I'd say 3 of them's enough. Like if you go beyond that, you're gonna risk getting killed by a Fury attack. Oh.
It got a crit on top of it all.
Oh wow. You're actually going pretty dumb moves.
2, 3,
Now I'd go for it.
4.
Problem is that Gyara's Hyper Beam does so much more damage now.
Yeah. He's not guaranteed to go for Hyper Beam though.
I think it is, isn't it? Smart AI. He'll never use Hydro Pump.
I mean, he did just use Dragon Rage one time.
Yeah, true.
Ouch. 10% confused. Hit myself twice. Oof. Honestly, I didn't think the champion would be this hard. I really did think the Leer thing would actually make the champion kind of easy.
Well, I think if you come in a much higher level for the next run, this isn't going to be that hard.
I accidentally clicked one up once instead of twice.
Yep.
I don't know what Annie just said, and I'm gonna ignore it. Oh boy.
Talking about
Oh.
cards. Talking about they gave out Blues Pidgeot as a card bonus for Black and White. Probably is Amy's probably saying that since how hard the Pidgeot is here.
True.
Nice crit.
Being a slightly oh crap. I meant to switch to if he uses reflect, my attack stat's just not high enough. I have to switch to surf.
Press.
Yeah, I thought I could get away with one. The thing is, I need 4 tail whips to do half to the.
What for Gyarados?
Yeah, I need 4 to do half. And then it has to not use Hyper Beam like that.
No.
Now the question is, does the 4 help for Venusaur? It does. Question is, I wonder if how many tail whips would have made that Venusaur better. Unfortunately, because I use the non-depreciated mapper, technically the better mapper, I can't use the XP router.
Would you really care?
No, here's what the reason why I'm mad is back then I future-proofed my overlay by using the non-depreciated mapper because they were gonna make all future updates go through the non-depreciated mapper. But unfortunately, when GameHook got shut down, the non-depreciated mapper became the new depreciated mapper because nobody uses it but me. So now I have to eventually switch.
To be honest, I like your way of doing things. There's so much more entertaining than Scott's. Scott spends like 20 minutes trying to put it out on a live stream. It's boring.
To be fair, though, I can't say my way is better at all because I usually watch his video in preparation for mine. So I already get all the benefit from his. To be fair, I don't watch the rooting part. I just watch the second run. So I see the benefits of the rooting, not the actual rooting. But like this run, there's not much I can do. Like if I had the XP router, I could see, how does being level 65 affect Lance's Gyarados, the champion's Gyarados? Like how does this affect all that stuff? But I think we're just gonna show up 5 levels higher, and we're just gonna see how that affects everything.
So what are you gonna give the training at?
The Indigo Plateau.
Yeah. So Victory Road.
Yeah, Victory Road. It does mean that I need more healing items, so I guess it depends on if I end up using the max potion of the floor stores, but I definitely want 2 healing items. And obviously the elixirs is not going to be a big deal thanks to Bruno, so I can just use 2 elixirs in Victory Road if I want.
You could pick up a max potion down in Silk Code. It just means you have to do that one extra trainer battle.
No, that's not worth it at all. The one extra trainer battle, the trainer that I do not one-shot with Bubble Beam, no thank you. Oh, actually, you're talking about the one with 3 Ghastly. Absolutely no chance. No way. No thank you.
No. The one in Silk Code where he's got a marowak and something else. You don't need the healing bed. Did I get that wrong? He doesn't have marowak?
None of them have marowak.
Oh.
Is that a yellow thing?
It might be confusing. It was a different trainer.
Interesting. Okay. I had enough money to buy 3 more vitamins as I was entering Lorelei's room. Considering how many resets I had here at the end, what were my worst matchups? Like what killed me the most? Agatha, but unfortunately that was Nightshade. So there's nothing I could do about Agatha unless I was buying HP ups, which nobody buys HP ups. And the champion hit me with hyper beams. That's that's not worth it, right? Iron. I mean, I could pick up an iron in mansion. I mean, okay. So with 20 resets, I think every single vitamin matters. So I should pick up every vitamin, including the HP up, in both the rocket section and the tower. Oh, I'm curious. Maybe I should consider picking up the HP up in Mount Moon as well. There is one in there.
Oh, is there?
Oh yeah, the very first. So when you go around Clefairy Girl up and then to the right, that first ladder takes you to a room where there's a rocket if you go up, but you can skip him by going right, and then there's a HP up over there. It's the only item there. It's only ever worth picking up on a run where you need money, but that never really happens in Gen 1.
I will say you got lucky on both Koga and Springer.
Agreed.
I think if you were a few more levels for Koga, it'd be easier. Surprisingly, with Sabrina, you got so lucky there because she survived all your boys.
Well, here's the thing with Sabrina, we can fix that just by being level or having over 90 speed. We had like 83 or something going into that battle. So if we're like 4 or 5 levels higher, we can easily defeat Sabrina.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we pretty much need to add a lot of training. And we need to add a lot of early or like mid training as well. So that way the Koga battle isn't as bad as it was. So, interestingly, I think we're going to add the training in Rock Tunnel.
Rock Tunnel, yep. Why Rock Tunnel?
Because they're one-shots and fast.
Oh, yeah. Oh, because they're rock types.
Yeah. If you can defeat Pokemon in one hit and they have multiple Pokemon on the team, the training is usually not that bad. Trying to think what other training I could do. I mean, I could do more trainers on Cycling Road, but I'm not sure how much of a difference that'll make. I can battle the most effective trainers in Sylph, which is I'm trying to like try and make like a list in my head of the best trainers in Sylph, because the trainers in Sylph, like, they're real hit or miss if they're good or not. Like floor 2, there is a good trainer in floor 2, but you have to defeat a trainer with like 3 Zubats and Eradicate before you can get to him. But in the bottom left, there's a guy with I believe it's a Wheezing and an Electrode. Then on floor 3, there's obviously the guy with the Hypno and the Eradicate.
What about the
I'm not sure there's
Flying Gojo, since you're one shot them with Surf.
I only like doing Fighting Dojo if I can do it on the way to Sabrina.
Yeah.
But I guess since we're using Body Slam in all of Sabrina's Pokemon, I guess I can do that. That makes sense. That might be enough, and then you add in the trainers in Victory Road. That will probably equate to 5 levels.
Yeah. Okay, well.
All right, I'm gonna hit the restroom. Also, we're gonna not do Rival 5 with Blizzard. We're gonna hold off on teaching Blizzard Rival 5 and 6, so that way we can go into Agatha with Rest.
Okay.
Oh, but we needed Rest for the champion too, so that means our final move set, we'd have to get rid of something, because we can't have.
Yeah,
Oh,
you gotta get rid of Mimic.
Oh, right. We're gonna right. You're right. We're gonna get rid of Mimic, and then we'll teach over Ice Beam. Right. We're good. All right, hit the restroom.
Alright. Rock types are peak training if you have a word move. You have a TM rest since you got it by level up. Yeah, that's true. I think though he won't rest for Agatha. Let's try a thing. I don't think he needs Mimic, to be honest, after Lorelei. He can use Mimic once on Bruno, Agatha, or Lance. Didn't use it on the champion, so yeah, I don't think Mimic's needed for Seel. So Andy, you gonna get Pokemon AZ? Let's check his other stream.
I wonder when Pokemon AZ will be pirated, if it'll have an early release like all of the other previous Pokemon games.
Probably.
I don't know how it keeps happening, but all of the Pokemon games get released early if you have a hack switch.
Oh, it's probably someone on the inside. Hello, Raya Wrights.
Okay.
How's it all going?
I think I'm gonna make the over under 113.
Yeah, I'm with Andy on this one. After Lorelei, you don't need Mimic at all. You can use it once on.
Agreed. Agreed. I don't need it on any of the other trainers. Okay. Oh, I forgot to see if this was the final time of 116, where would it put it? Nidoran, Oddish, Doduo. My new expected time of over under 112 would put it in the Scyther Sandshrew range.
Oh wow, it's still fairly below.
I mean, it's the Brock split. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. The Brock split absolutely murders any chance the Pokemon had of a good time. Like, if this Pokemon had Bubble, it would instantly be faster than Seadra. Maybe not instantly faster than Seadra, but it would be like Seadra equivalent.
Yeah.
Because Seadra still has more stats.
It's like Horsey gets Bubble at the start, but it gets stuck around the misty what we call Bill's house area, because it doesn't have any normal moves.
Right.
So that girl with the Irish absolutely creams it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if your only attacking move is Bubble, that Oddish girl is horrible. The only thing I don't like about having a hack switch is that if the battery ever dies, which the Switch doesn't have a good battery, then it's permanently shut off until you connect it to a computer or run it through a program to unbrick it. And unfortunately, I don't have that program, nor do I know how to use that program. So I essentially have to take it to my brother's house, and when he has time, he can unbrick it. So it becomes a whole ordeal. So I just leave mine in the charger 24/7, which obviously makes the battery even worse.
Yeah, eventually, because you can't return it back to Nintendo because it's pirated.
I mean, the Switch is like 3 years old, so obviously I would never be able to return it.
Oh no, I meant to Nintendo for repairs.
Oh, I've never repaired anything in my entire life. I've always either just did it myself or bought a new one.
Yeah, because the problem when you hack any console, you avoid any warranty. So if there's a known issue for the console, say like the red ring of death or Xbox 360,
that's funny that you bring up the red ring of death. I had 3 Xboxes die to the red ring of death.
Yep.
Meanwhile, I've had an Xbox One and an Xbox Series X, and nothing bad has ever happened to either one of them. Although I never really used them very much. Dang it! Forgot to start the timer.
Funny thing is, I'm with you on that. I start my timer as soon as you nickname the Pokemon.
I actually wouldn't do it myself if I were to start now. But it's just the grandfathered in rule.
Well, Pokemon Sun, it helps a lot because there's this stupid 5-minute cutscene thing you have to sit through. So I do that the night before, and I save it just after you nickname Pokemon, and that's when I start the timer. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so this attempt we know we cannot beat the optional rival.
Well, didn't you reset the whole thing last time?
Oh, yeah, you're right, I did. So we knew that last time too. You know, it's funny, I now know the trick of getting around this guy, and I still don't do it. Speed taught me there's a trick to actually get around that guy. Consistently.
Oh, yeah.
Like every time. I'll do it on this next one. Alright. Gotta remember to do the trick. It's not really a trick, but it's a location thing. So when he spawns, he immediately goes left or right. So you immediately, when you hit that area that he is at, you immediately go right instead of up.
Yep.
So, oh god, I only have 8 headbutts. That's bad. So he's not spawned in if you immediately go right. But most people just go up, right, and then they'll try to get around him. But if you just go up and then you immediately, while you're like hugging the fence, and then you go up, he'll go left every single time. So you can just go to the second spot. And it's the same amount of steps, so it's not a waste of time either.
Yeah, I normally do that as well. I just go right, but I didn't realize that was a trick.
I don't immediately go right. I just go up, and then he spawns in, and then he goes left or right. He screws me over, and it is what it is.
Yeah, the other problem with the hack switch Emily is Steve can never go online with it.
Yeah, and to be fair, when he says online, he means online. I can still play with friends. They just have to be in the room with me, aka my brother and his wife, who both have Switches. Yeah. So I can still play Mario Party, and I can still actually play Pokemon, but it can only be with him.
Yeah, but you can't play Pokemon with me.
Right.
For example.
Right.
Yeah. Does that mean updates? You can't do updates either?
Depends on how major the update is. Sometimes they come out with updates to the hacks too.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes they're simple, and then sometimes they're involved. My brother tries to hack. Like he's a real tech guy, so he tries to hack everything. Over the course of my lifetime, my brother tried to hack the original Xbox and failed. He tried to hack the Xbox 360 and failed. He did hack the let's see. He was able to hack the Wii, the Wii U, the Switch. I can't remember if he ever hacked. Oh, he did hack the GameCube, But the only thing a hack for the GameCube was like Game Boy games or something like that. It was real minor.
Yeah.
Let's see. He hacked the PSP second edition, the PSP third edition.
Oh, really? The third edition one?
Yeah, I know the third edition one was definitely harder, but but it was, when I say he hacked it towards the end of its lifetime. Let's see. We never had a PlayStation 3 or 4, but we had a PlayStation 2, but I don't think he ever hacked the PlayStation 2. Yeah.
PS2 was a bit hard.
I can't think of any other consoles he ever hacked. Are there any obvious ones I may have missed?
Not really. You probably said them all, unless you're talking about the Game Boys and DSs.
No, I don't think we ever hacked the Game Boy or the DS. I'm not sure if it was possible. Maybe the DS.
Oh, the DS was very possible.
Oh, actually, hold on. He did hack the DS. The reason why I know he hacked the DS was because the newer DSs were unable to play Pokemon Color games. You were only able to play Pokemon Advance, or I mean, like Pokemon Advance games.
Yep.
And he hacked it because the technology to play Pokemon Color games were in the DS. They just turned it off.
You wonder why they did that?
I don't know, but he definitely hacked it to do that. I remember that now.
I found that weird that the DS had the port for the free, like for the Game Boys, but you can only play Game Boy Advance. Always found it weird.
I mean, I went from like a middle range DS to Pokemon Color. No, Annie. When I say Pokemon Color, I mean the square ones versus the rectangle ones. The original DS was able to play both color and color and advance. But the like second generation, the light, I think it was, or maybe it was the one after the light. I can't remember. It was one of those two. They got rid of the ability to play Pokemon Color games, but you could still play them. Like the technology was there, but you had to hack it in order to use it. So they purposely were being a dick to everybody. They were like, we're trying to phase out Pokemon Color games. People, stop playing Pokemon Color games.
Yeah, I do find that weird.
I don't think I ever got a hack for my 3DS. I don't think I ever asked him to. But essentially, everything Nintendo's ever came out with was like hackable within a month.
The problem is when you hack stuff, you can't sell it either.
Oh, well, you just factory reset it. It's like it was like it never happened.
Don't you have to go into the hardware to hack?
Well, I can't really speak for it because we never sold anything. Like, we have everything we've ever bought.
Because I know with, say, like the Xbox and like the hacking and PlayStation, you actually have to go on the hardware internals to hack it. But I'm pretty sure that's the same with Nintendo consoles as well, though, isn't it?
I mean, you could be right. Like I said, I've never resold it. And the thing is, I've only... Actually, I shouldn't say I've never resold it. I've only ever resold one console that was hacked, and I sold it using Craigslist, so... Although...
Yeah, just the problem is if you try to sell it and then you've been caught selling that, they can take you to court.
Right. I sold the PSP. That was it. I still have my original N64. I have my original. I don't have that that non-backwards compatible DS that I mentioned. I gave that to my sister, which ironically it was pink. I played with the pink one. Well, my parents bought it for me, and they bought the cheapest one available, which happened to be pink. My parents didn't care about stuff like color. They care about price more than anything. I still have my.
To be honest, it still functions the same.
I still have the Wii, the PlayStation 2, the original Xbox, the. I don't know if I still have the Wii U. I think it's in my brother's basement.
Does anyone care that Wii U?
No. Annie, when I say color versus advanced, color games are square, advanced games are rectangle. Like, advanced games are like this short, and color games like this tall.
Has Andy not played a Game Boy Color game? Like the original
I mean, she's
hardware?
younger than me, maybe, or she's a lot younger than me. So, I mean, she might have grown up in the era where it was just like all DS all the time.
I was going to say, you could just go retro store and you could see it, Andy. If there's a retro game store near you.
Oh, you mean as far as like extensions on the PC? Like if you were to download the ROM? Game Boy Color is GBC. GB is Game Boy, and that was even before the Game Boy Color. I don't know of any GB games. I think Pokemon Green might be GB, but it's probably GBC.
What do you mean? Pokemon Blue and Red?
No, it's GBC.
What?
Don't they have? Okay, hold on.
No.
Pause.
Game Boy.
Hold on. ROMs. All of mine say GBC. All my ROMs for Pokemon Blue say GBC.
Oh, mine says GB.
Interesting. Matt says it's GB.
Yellow is definitely GB as well.
I mean, hold on. Let me pausing again. So as you can see, GBC. Although in my core games, the ones that have no like never been messed with. Oh, what do you know? There it is, GB. Yellow though, GBC. Like when I say these have never been messed with, these are the core ROMs that I use before using the Pokemon Universal Randomizer. I guess Matt is right. Huh.
Well, technically the first GBC Pokemon game, well, the only one is Crystal. Because gold, silver can be played on the original.
I mean, now that you pointed out, it does make sense. I used to have an original Game Boy Pocket, which is basically like Game Boy. It had a slider on it for black and white slider, so the game does have a devoid of color function, where it's black and white.
Like, because I played gold and silver on my OG Game Boy as well.
My Game Boy Pocket was green Shadow Stitch, but yes, I think the original Game Boy itself was gray. I think Game Boy Pocket was the one that came out right after Game Boy, which is just slightly like less thick, like it could fit in your pocket. By the way, men's pockets, not women's pockets. Women's pockets can't even fit their phone, let alone a Game Boy Pocket. The funny thing is that the Game Boy Pocket is the one that I used to have the broken red copy in most of the time. Until I got my Game Boy Advance. I went from the Pocket to the Advance.
I was just going to go for a second.
Mm-hmm. And then I went from the Advance to the Black SP. And I think I've mentioned on stream, my SP, the trading function was broken. My brother's Blue SP, trading function not broken. I stole it from him. And by stole it from him, I forcefully traded it. So after that point on that I figured out the trading function did not work on the black one, the blue one was officially mine and the black one was officially his. Unfortunately, I was not the nicest older brother. I don't remember what grade I was in when that happened, but I do remember trading my friend at lunchtime the Fraligator for the Typhlosion. So, no, not Fraligator for Typhlosion. He just traded me his Typhlosion for something else, then started over. That was in elementary school. So all I can say is it was before the year. Let's see, what year do you hit? Okay, so you can start kindergarten at 5 years old. So 6, 7, 8, 9. It was approximately 10 when we figured out the trading function didn't work. So 10 when I was 10, that would have been 2005. So my first ever trade was approximately 2005.
So you were 10 years old in 2005, did you say?
Yeah. My first ever trade was something I don't remember for alligator. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure he traded me for alligator. I then liked for alligator, and then I used for alligator on my future playthroughs. It's one of the only reasons why Gen 2 is the only version I don't pick the fire starter. Because I really, really liked Fraligator. And I think to this day, I think Fraligator is probably one of the best, as far as solo runs, starters.
For Gen 2, for sure.
Fraligator just has really, really solid stats. Really solid.
Be that good in Gen 1, though, right?
I don't remember.
I feel like in Gen 2, physical attackers are so much more superior.
Now that Annie brings up the whole global trade thing, the first time I ever got an Alakazam, it was via global trade on the Pokemon Sun. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
First ever time I was able to use an Alakazam was Pokemon Sun.
I never used the online in Pokemon Sun. I wish I had.
Yeah, I put up Kadabra for Kadabra. I lost my held item, though, because I was not aware. Obviously, it makes sense now, but I was not aware that I get whatever the other Kadabra was holding, and then that Kadabra got whatever my Kadabra was holding. So I don't remember what item I lost. I think it could have been the Twisted Spoon or something. Maybe.
Oh, it's such a pain to get back. You don't have to reset your game, but you have to go through the bell tower to try and get it back.
Oh, wait. How do you get the first Twisted Spoon? I did not do the battle tower.
From being this guy that's got a muck, and then you got to fight his son.
So you're saying it's easy to get?
It's really easy to get.
Okay, then then it was holding the Twisted Spoon.
Can beat Alolan Muck. Alolan Muck's only got weakness to ground. So most psychic types struggle with that. In solo runs, it's not easy. In team plays, it's pretty easy. Just go all and go trio. You could easily beat them.
I never take Totodile Cynical all the way. I agree. That's how I started out. Unfortunately, the sheer greatness that was Fraligator, maybe take Fraligator from now on in Gen 2. That was it, though. I think Typhlosion is fine. Oh crap, I thought I had 409 away. Dang it.
So you weren't playing Gen 3 in 2005, you're playing Gen 2 still?
I got my version of Sapphire when I traded a version of Pokemon Yellow for Sapphire.
Oh wow.
But I think it was 6th 5th or 6th grade. So it was like 2006, 2007 is when I got Sapphire version. But I only played it. I only played it like 3 times from beginning to end. Gotta say, I hated that game because of the whole mandatory water thing. Like as I've already mentioned, it's a sickness. I don't use repels when I play Pokemon games. Still don't use repels in any game I play. I only use repels in these games because obviously it's pretty mandatory for the it's just pretty mandatory. But I don't use repel in any single game I play. I actually like the fact that they made the Pokemon seeable in the overworld, because then I it's like my eyes are the repel.
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
I don't know why I healed before doing Light Years Junior Trainer. I probably shouldn't have done that, but oh well. I lost out.
Imagine not using repels and blue version, how much longer that would take.
I mean, blue version's not as bad though. There's a lot less grass. The Gen 3, half the game is underwater if you don't know where you're going.
True.
Half the game is underwater, and can you imagine just like half of the entire game? You're just getting an encounter every 7 spaces. It's like the worst. I could not stand Gen 3 for that reason.
True. If you don't know where you're going, it's easier to get lost in Gen 3 than it is in Gen 1. I feel like it's really hard to get lost in Kanto. No?
I think there's just less space in Kanto. Like, there's just less area to get lost. Like, where are you going when you get lost in Kanto? Like, you're going to, like, the Seafoam Islands.
Yeah, but that's going off the beaten path too, so you really gotta... You almost have to do that on purpose in some ways.
Like, you could get really lost in Gen 2 because of the dark caves. Like, you could easily get yourself very lost in... I think most people don't even realize half of Gen 2... I shouldn't say half, but like a really, really large part of the Gen 2 is optional. It's the cave to the right of Ekritique.
Oh yeah.
That cave is enormous. Like, normally caves are like 4 rooms. Like, that cave is like 7 rooms. It's really big. Maybe not 7 rooms, but like 7 rooms big. Like the rooms are bigger.
Yeah, I agree. I think Kanto is one of the easiest places not to get lost in. I'm trying to think. I played recently, honestly, not until Pokemon Sun and Moon, and I know, talking about Gen 7, it's the first game where it actually tells you where to go next. It'll actually put it on the map, so it's hard to get lost in
I love
Sun
that.
and Moon.
I love that. As
so
a person who does not read any text from anybody, including the game that I just played, I just beat the newest game. Violet. I just beat Pokemon Violet. I didn't read anything from anybody at all. But I gotta say, loved the map feature where everything was just, it told you where to go. Love that.
Yeah, it does make it a lot easier. Playing some of the older ones like Gen 3 to 5, or Gen 2 to 5, it's so easy to get lost without a guide.
So I've mentioned that again, still don't read anything, never did read anything. I remember doing a Gen 2 playthrough. Like, my rule for if it is generally just talk to everybody one time. Like, that's just what I do. In pretty much in most of the games. I did not do it in Scarlet and Violet, but for the most part, my rule is just talk to everybody one time. Anyways, I remember doing a Gen 2 playthrough where I never got Fly the whole game. Because what happened was I clearly talked to the Fly Girl before I defeated Chuck, so I just never got it.
Is that Fly? Oh, okay. Doesn't Chuck's wife give you...
Yeah, exactly, but only after you defeat him. and she's still there before you defeat him. I can read.
Yeah, you
Just don't like reading.
Well, you shouldn't have to for one games.
And I'm perfectly fine reading. I just find reading annoying. Just a very, very bad take. You should never mention that out loud to anybody.
Honestly, you really like Mass Effect. It's very streamlined.
When I say I don't read anything, like when I do have to read things like for work, I glance over it. Like one of the things that people know about me at work is that like put the important stuff in like the first 2 sentences, because if you don't put in the first 2 sentences, I might miss it.
Oh, I'm the exact same.
I
get annoyed by that.
Oh yeah, my boss gets very annoyed by it. she
get to the point. I don't want to waste time chatting about this and that. Just get to the point.
One of the things I absolutely cannot stand about any job I've ever had is people who reply back, "Thank you." It's the worst. I hate it. I cannot stand when people reply back, "Thank you." I know you got the message. It's an email. It always goes to the right place. It fills itself in.
Wait. You mean if only they reply, "Thank you"?
No, yes. Like I send them a file or something, and then they reply back, "Thank you." I hate it. It's the worst.
Really?
I tell people to stop sending me "thank you" as a reply. I cannot stand when people send me "thank you."
Just telling you that they got the email.
I know they got the email. Everybody gets the email. In the history of emails, how many emails don't get delivered?
I don't know. That's what I got.
Everybody always gets the emails. Like, it's like the best function of emails is how reliable emails are.
Have you ever mucked up that catch with sand screw?
Oh, many times. Oh, you mean died? No.
No. Like just can't capture it. You have to use all your Pokeballs.
Oh, I can think of like 4 occasions. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Another thing that
What about if they asked you for a particular file, you send them that file, and then they say, "Yeah, thank you." You don't like that?
I don't like that. Why? You got the file. I sent you the file. Don't reply back. If something's wrong with the file, that's fine. Reply back.
That's common courtesy.
I hate it. I hate it so much. Can't stand it. Bro, you're talking to the guy who doesn't even say "dear blank" at the beginning or "thank you" at the end of any email. Also, I don't put the what is it called? The thing at the bottom. Oh crap! I forgot to put bubble beam. Dang it. The thing at the signature. I don't put a signature on my emails. I don't start with "thank you" or I don't start with "dear" or end with "thank you."
Really?
Oh, bro, my emails, when you get an email from me, it's quick and to the point.
That rival
Hey, I need this file. I don't say, "Dear blank it. Dearest blank, I need blank file. Thank you." No, I don't do that crap.
It must be hard to work with sometimes.
Well, when you get an email from me, you don't have to waste time reading all the stuff you don't want to read.
I don't know. I just
crap.
I just thought it was work etiquette. You know, like it's like what everyone does.
I understand, but I don't agree. But it's fine. I understand. I understand why people do it. I'm just saying I hate it.
I think I've said "thank you" to you a couple times on Discord.
Yeah. Well, what am I gonna do? Tell you to?
File.
I don't work with you, so it's different.
Yeah. I'm like, "Oh, can I get a file from you? Send it to me." And then I'm like, "Thank you." I don't know.
The thing is, like, when you say "thank you," it's one time. When other people say "thank you" to me, it's every single week. I don't like that.
True.
Because what ends up happening is they say "thank you" an hour later when they end up reading the file, and then I look at my email, it says there's a 1 in my email column, so now I have to go click on the email, and then it says "thank you." Great. What a waste of my time. And also, I don't know. I don't know if it happens to you, but like whenever I get an email, I get a little bit of what's it called, nervousness or anxiousness. Like
Anxious, yeah.
yeah, I get anxious when I see an email, which I don't like when I get anxious. So essentially, you saying thank you has caused me a little bit of pain.
I will say the only emails I get anxious on is like from the boss. I don't really like if I was working with you and you sent me an email, I'm like, oh, what's Steve want? But if I get it from the boss, I'm like, is this going to be a good thing or a bad thing?
But yeah, when I send people files, I don't so like even when I started, you know how people are like, hey, you should do this. Like, you know, they teach you how to do stuff. So like for instance, I don't know, let's say there's a daily file I have to send out. The file will be like dear blank, and then it will be here's the file that shows blank for the day. All right. I remove all that text. I just send the file. Anybody who gets the file knows what the file's for. We don't need these courtesies. You know what the file's for. I know what the file's for. You don't need these like little common courtesies.
Understandable.
If you don't know what the file's for, maybe you shouldn't be on the email. Or maybe if you don't know what the file's for, open it. Open the document.
I don't know. It's all like legacy stuff. Like so,
Yeah.
it starts from obviously before emails, you had mail, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mail often what happens with say mail is right. It takes so long to get a mail that you have to write everything that you want in a single mail. And a part of the mail was there was an expectation that you say dear such and such.
Mm-hmm.
This is part of the whole thing. And the reason for the thank you was because you send mail out to me, right? Like let's say you sent me a letter to Australia. There's a possibility I never receive it. And you would not know that, right? Pre-internet, phone lines overseas, right? Like if we were friends or something, like pen pals or something like that, back in the day. At the very least, I could send you a letter back, thank you for your letter, blah blah blah.
I agree.
Now,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Everything that you said just made sense. But email does not disappear. People don't misplace emails. Emails don't just not get sent. So I don't have to send a thank you email. I don't have to acknowledge that I got the email. You got the email. I know you got the email.
Yeah. But it's kind of like one of those things that eventually it's going to change. But it's taken a lot longer to change than say texting. Like you weren't around when phones first were big in the 90s, right? Like,
no, but I did use the phones where you had to click 3 times to send the letter C.
Yeah. But how old were you when you had to do that?
Teenager.
And what year was that?
2008 to 12.
Yeah. So back in the early 90s, like, because I'm 10 years older than you. I only figured that out because when you said you were 10 years old at 2005,
Yeah.
I was exactly 20 in 2005. So we're exactly 10 years. But messaging used to be like that, text messaging. Like everyone is sending you this long text message explaining. It was like a letter, right? So almost no one texts right at the start because it was too exhausting.
Oh, bro, you're talking to the guy who didn't type the letter U when they wrote the word U. I typed the whole word U.
Yeah. That's how everyone used to text, and then slowly but surely, people were like,
well, there was a character limit, so it made sense. I understand why people did it.
Well, it wasn't the character limit. It was literally just like, just get to the point. You know, like
Mhm.
I'm here, and like back in the day, people wouldn't just say I'm here, waiting for you. They'd be like, I'm at the movies at such and such right now. You on your
Oh,
way soon? Blah
oh,
blah blah. And it would be exactly like that.
you just
And
brought another thing I hate.
everyone's like, I'm here.
One of the things I hated so much as a teenager, because again, I
Yeah.
had limited amounts of minutes and limited amounts of uh like amounts I could text. I could
Yeah.
not stand when people sent me a message that said K. It happened so much. That that time you texted me K costed me the ability to send another message or read another message from somebody else because you sent me K.
Yeah, very few people give that to me. So
Oh,
yeah, I'm
is
not sure.
everybody told me
Really?
K. You know, you're like, hey,
That must be
I dropped
a
off the package at your front, like, I don't know, your house or something. K.
yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna meet you at such and such's places at like 5 o'clock. K. Hey, I'd like to meet up for baseball practice at like 3 p.m. Can you bring my sneakers? K.
Yeah, yeah. You're talking about back in the day when every single play text cost you money.
Agreed, Shadow. Agreed. Minute management mattered. And unfortunately, people nowadays will never know. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool with them never knowing.
Now it's unlimited texting.
Yeah,
Oh
I
man,
don't
it
have
used to be
I
so
don't have
painful.
unlimited calling on my phone. I have a grandfathered plan from T-Mobile, and I get 100 minutes of calling a month,
Yep.
and 5 gigs, which is more than enough for me. And it costs me $30 plus $3 tax. So I basically I have unlimited for $30 a month, and there is no plan equivalent to that now. So it's pretty. Oh darn it! I forgot to battle all the hikers.
Yep. That's all right.
Ah, I needed to add more. Okay, that's fine. I can make it up with itself. And I'm perfectly fine. I'm not complaining. I actually like the fact that a lot of these people will never have to remember features that sucked, or just like, I remember this girl in high school who was really, really popular. She once got her phone taken away by her father because her cell phone bill for that month was $1,000.
Far
1 month.
out.
I don't even, this might be the first month she had that phone, but I don't even understand how you can have a bill of $1,000, but she found a way.
Well, back in those days, it would have been a lot easier to have done.
The only thing I can think of that would be conceivable of possibly having $1,000 phone bill is if you were like, if you had like, let's say a calling limit, you know, like let's say 100 minutes a month or something, and it cost you a minute for every single minute on the phone you were past the calling limit. So she was essentially 1,000 minutes past her limit. That would make sense.
Yeah. Well, mate, if you knew popular girls, man, they used to get texts and calls all the time. You know, in school. Well, they probably still do right now, right? But now everything's unlimited, right? So you wouldn't have that problem.
Right. My
Yeah,
sister grew up with Snapchat, and so she never ever knew about minutes or limits.
yeah. But she growing up back at that time, she would have been exactly the same as every other girl.
Yeah, my sister, who again is 10 to 11 years younger than me, doesn't know what a 9-character keyboard looks like.
No, why would she?
Right, exactly. It died out.
It's like the idea of not having Wi-Fi in a house. Like everything used to be landline.
Yeah, she'll
I
never know the
remember,
ee noise connecting to the internet.
It's like when we're talking to Speed, remember? Speed pretends like he knows, but he really doesn't.
Yeah, it's really funny though how he tries to not pretend that he knows.
I remember VCRs. No, you don't.
Bro, everything I ever owned was on VCR.
I know, but it's so funny talking to him about it because he's like, "Oh yeah, I remember VCRs. So how often did you use it? Oh, this one movie, this one time." And you're like, "Yeah, sure." You grew up with DVDs to knew it. The kids can't grow up with DVDs anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I understand why DVDs died when Netflix went to streaming instead of DVDs in the mail. Like, I think Netflix sending DVDs in the mail like kept it alive for a lot longer than it needed to be alive.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, right? It's not just streaming, but like streaming had to come out because piracy was so common. You know, like even now, right? Like downloading a whole movie or a whole TV show on the
That's what I used to do. I used to go to the Pirate Bay and I download a whole season of a show.
So you're the reason why Netflix had to come out.
I mean, to be fair, I also downloaded like the whole what was it? I can't remember what album it was. But I used 1 year of LimeWire. Then it got taken down. I can't remember what program I used after LimeWire.
I'm not sure. I remember LimeWire. I got a massive computer virus from that.
Annie, you know what's funny? Back Netflix used to offer streaming, like when they very first started, and nobody used it. I used it because I was like, hey, I could get these movies that are really old that nobody cares about, and I can watch them all as much as I want. And as a person who had a VHS player, you know, that had a value. So I used to use their streaming service, but like if you wanted to watch anything even remotely new, you had to use the DVD service.
Well, the problem with the internet thing at times, you literally load it up and you'd have to go outside for half an hour or do something and wait for it to download to watch like streaming.
Oh, that's a good point, Annie. I think not Annie, sorry, Shadow. I used to use my I don't think I used my Xbox. I think I used my PlayStation 2 as a DVD player.
Yeah, makes sense.
I think the PlayStation was the one that doubled as a DVD player.
PS2 was, yeah.
I don't know if the Xbox or I think the Xbox 360 was also a DVD player, but I don't know that one for sure.
No. The 360 had the the original Xbox had a DVD player, but you had to buy an attachment to play DVDs.
Okay, so then it was my PlayStation 2. My PlayStation 2 was more. My PlayStation 2, I only used it for two things: Dance Dance Revolution and watching DVDs.
Yeah. The 360 had it straight from the box, but the original Xbox didn't. And the worst thing was, everyone was telling Nintendo at the time to go DVD players, and they decided to go those mini discs instead for the GameCube.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't around when that happened.
They did not listen. No, they didn't listen to what the consultants were saying. They said go DVDs, and they said, "Well, we'll go DVDs, but we'll make the discs half the size to stop piracy."
That makes sense.
Well, it probably did stop piracy, but the thing
I mean, I never knew anybody who ever pirated a game for GameCube. Plenty of Wii games. I pirated even Wii games, but not GameCube.
Well, the problem with that disc thing was twofold. One,
my pirated Wii was able to duplicate GameCube games, but you had to physically have the CD to duplicate it. I remember this.
At the time, burning DVDs was really expensive.
Right.
It's really hard to. So the GameCube could have done that, and then the other problem is that third-party games had to cut down the size of their the game on the GameCube. So GameCube games, I think, could only hold like 3 gigabytes, whereby, say, PlayStation 2 games could hold 7 gigabytes. So, like, if a game was 7 gigabytes, they had to cut so many corners for the GameCube one. So, you find that the worst version, like, GameCube's a lot more stronger than the PS2. But you find third-party versions of the GameCube ones a lot worse than the PlayStation 2.
Now that you bring that up, it's funny. I had a wireless controller for the GameCube one time. It was one of the bulkiest controllers you'd ever seen in your entire life.
I love that one.
And it took 4 AA batteries.
I love the GameCube controller.
Yeah, GameCube controller is one of my favorites. I actually really like the idea that some of the buttons are different shaped and they're all different sizes.
And the A button being so big is so handy.
Right.
Rapid fire.
Like a lot of people, I mean, I bet you even Nintendo is like, we're being unique. But I really like the idea because then the game creators had to like assign importance to the buttons. You know, if the button was not so important, you know, you don't have to put it. You can put it on certain keys and not others.
Playing all the PS2 games, and the only button, like all my old PS2 controllers, the X button's so worn out.
Oh, I never, ever got lucky with a PS2 controller. Every single PS2 controller I ever had, they all had a problem with them. Like, they were broken in some way.
Yeah.
Every single one. I had 6 PS2 controllers, and not a single one of them could be considered the good controller.
Oh, wow.
Like, I had 4 Xbox 360 controllers, and one of them had the whole drifting thing. But the thing is, like, how often do you have 4 people over? So it was never that big of an issue. But I had 6 PS2 controllers, and none of them were considered good. And to be fair, 2 of them were Mad Catz controllers. So, I mean, you understand that the quality was supposed to be low. I mean, when you bought it, but still annoying.
I think everyone had that controller and Mad Catz one. And your mate, when they came over, would always have the Mad Cat one because you'd have the proper PS2 controller. You give them the crappy one when you play a 2-player game.
Uh-huh.
Like Lego Star Wars or something. Like, oh, here, you can have this controller. And they're like, oh, thanks. But yeah, no, I will say with the technology of the internet and everything, how vastly different the internet is today versus what it was back then. That's why video stores don't exist anymore.
Right. One of mine held on really, really long time. Like I'm talking like the video store was still open like 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh, wow.
I think the reason why it was open for so long is they offered free children's DVDs.
Oh, that's so cool.
So, like, you could get, you can go in for your movie, and then you can just check out, like, I don't know, a Scooby-Doo movie for your kid, for free. So, people just went there because it was a good deal.
Makes sense. I was going to say, we had a video store that lasted all the way up until COVID. And then COVID,
oh, that's probably what killed them. Yep, that's probably it. I knew it was like 3-4 years ago. I guess maybe it was 5 years ago.
Yeah, COVID got rid of the remaining video stores, which is a shame.
Oops. That's where Ice Beam was before I moved it.
I thought you were purposely resting so you get full health.
Yeah, Annie. I think that deal was a really good one. They had a pretty big kid section too. So I mean, like you didn't like just go there and watch like 2 movies and you're like, oh well, we're done with the free section. No, it was like the whole front of the store was the kid section.
I
Plus,
wish video stores were back.
plus they had renting video games too. I'm not sure if that how long that like kept them afloat, if any, but couldn't have hurt them.
Yeah, I used to rent the PS2 and PS3 games.
I think the games that you rented from there were Wii, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3.
The Wii was the best to rent because there was no DLC online.
I liked renting anything Nintendo, just because Nintendo games are usually pretty short, so you can kind of like beat them in a day or two. So like you could
Plus it's a whole game on the GIS.
right. There's only one game I've ever rented twice because the game was so long. I rented Red Dead Redemption 2. One. Red Dead Redemption 1. My bad. The reason why 2 came into my brain is because technically the Red Dead Redemption 1 is the after Red Redemption 2.
But yeah, Steve, you're a much higher level than you were last time.
Yeah, I was 40 last time.
Easier. It should be much easier.
I wonder if I should consider coming back even higher of a level.
Nah, I think you.
Because I had a lot of resets last time.
On Koga, yeah, you have 3.
Oh, you know what? I'll make this my dig spot, and then I'll do self training. But if I need to heal in self, I'll just dig instead.
I was gonna say you could do Erica now, so then Ice Beam would probably one-shot everything now.
Yeah, you're right.
And then you don't have to worry about strength when you go back, because you got Sand Screw that can learn strength. Like you don't need Lapras at all. That's what I'm saying. Like, what you need Lapras for?
This guy's one of the good trainers. He's got like a Magneton though. Yeah.
I guess the only problem with that is that Sand Screw's got Gig.
I mean, I only need to use it one time. Use the strength one time. Like I teach it to Sandshrew, use it just for the candy and then never again.
And then get the Lapras and make sure you don't accidentally use it.
Let's see. I got 10 surfs. 10 surfs left. How do I use them? Seventh floor has 2 trainers that are weak. Well, this guy's got 2 Cubones, which I could easily defeat with Ice Beam. The next guy's got Shrew Sand Slash. Yep. So first one, Sandshrew. I don't think I can beat the Sand Slash with this Ice Beam, so we'll go Surf. I'm just trying to conservatively use my Surf PP before I have to dig out.
I think you might be overtrained right now.
I don't think there's such a thing as overtraining when I can die to a self-destruct by Koga. Oops. Should Ice Beam that? I think every level matters for Koga, and even if I get like if I'm reducing my resets from 2 to 0 right now, I think it's worth it.
Well, I think you're not going to be that bad against Koga because like I think you're over cautious on Koga at the moment.
Second floor. This is not the second floor.
Oh wow. I forgot how tanky Hypno is.
Oh, whoops. That's the guy I want with the Zubats.
Oh wow, he's good XP.
I mean, the Zubats are I mean, the base XP of 54. 2 Zubats is equivalent to 1 okay Pokemon.
Well, you got a Golbat and a Raticate in between.
All right, and the reason why I battle that guy is so I can get to this guy. Oops. Can you believe that Weezing did not want a bike thrown at it?
True.
All right. So there's another trainer on this floor that's pretty okay. This guy's got Magnemite Magneton. Okay. Dang. That's all right.
Oh, wow, he survived that. Wow.
Okay. Now we'll face Koga.
I was going to say, you probably should have fought Erica first.
Ah, darn it.
And then you could
Keep forgetting
go
about
do
her.
the, strength puzzle.
Nice. Okay.
And now you're one-shotting them. Oh, I see X attack. Means he's not using minimize.
Nice. Okay, that I think
wow,
it made a
good
big
shot.
difference.
And now you're gonna
Yeah.
Erica's or Blaine.
Well, I mean, might as well just do Erica. I mean, I need to get the I like to teach both strength and surf at the same time. And the only way to do that is if I can actually teach strength or use strength, the strength boulder. So I should do Erica. Last time I did not one shot.
Oh, you're easy one-shotting now.
Nice, level 48. Nice damage rounding. I think I defeated Blaine last time at level 43. So this will also again help.
Yep. Sure.
Oh right, okay. I was about to say I don't
no,
I don't have the
sand
Lapras,
screw.
but no, we're good.
Yeah, you got sand screw.
No!
What?
Strength in slot 1.
So?
Stupid Sandshrew knows too many moves.
You had cut in slot 1.
Yeah, I'm just saying it throws off everything.
I froze off balance.
Okay, let's see. I can take iron and a calcium currently. Got 18. No carbos. Okay.
Well, it'd be pretty funny if you could probe a bike in the actual game, Andy. I think it would discount the strength, though.
This guy's the best trainer in here.
Oh, yeah. Got most amount of XP, does he?
I don't know if he's the most, but he's definitely the most experience rich.
Oh, is that Blizzard, is it?
Yeah. In a run where you waste a shitload of time with resets, anything you can do to lower the resets is just saves a lot of time. Dig out.
Now, I haven't done this in, I haven't done this in a long time, but have you ever dug out of there and not taken the key?
Many times. Many times. Have I left the city without defeating Blaine? Yes, just now.
Yep. Done that before too. Any trainers here you want to fight?
Nope. They just don't have enough Pokemon that are worth a lot of XP. The first 2 trainers might have been worth it, but I already passed them now.
Yep.
In the end, we need to be 5 levels higher for the champion. That is... Do you remember what level we arrived to Lorelei at last time? I think it was 59.
Yeah, it was something like that, yeah.
So we want to arrive to Lorelei at 65. We'll also use all of our candies.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the way you're going, you're easily going to get there. Just a bit of training on Giovanni's gym, and I think you'll get there easy. You were talking about going to the fighting dojo before.
And I just realized that I have not actually completed Sylph yet, so we're still doing Fighting Dojo.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember if Rival 5 was... I think Rival 5 was hard last time. It's just
Nah,
I got real
yeah,
lucky on the crit on Venusaur, I think.
No, you got the freeze on Venusaur.
Right, right. So we don't actually know if Rival 5 is hard or not.
I don't think he is as hard as, yeah. But anyway, doesn't matter.
I think Crit Razor Leaf
He'll
might
be,
have been...
He'll be easy. He'll be easy now because you're level 50.
Well, here's the
You're
other
like
thing.
level
We...
44
Oh, right.
last time.
We got, I think we paralyzed the... We paralyzed the Alakazam, and then we got the freeze on the Venusaur. So we actually have absolutely no idea how hard he's gonna be. So
Well, you won't be hard now because you're level 50.
yeah, I think level 50 might be a nice difference maker.
Well, you're level 44 when you burst him. That's a significant difference.
And I can head directly to the 3rd floor since I battled that trainer. Oh wait, no, I don't think I did. Oh well. No.
Didn't you?
That's fine. We should be able to outspeed and one-shot everything, hopefully. Dang it. That's fine. So be it.
Would Surf do more damage on the Hypno?
Yes. I was being stupid and conservative. I've also taught myself that Hypno has a lower special or lower physical defense stat, so I typically gear more towards physical moves, but seeing as my physical attack stat is lower, that would not have been a smart decision. Potion. Nice.
Well, still don't know. The worst it can do is Razor Leaf. The Alakazam, though, I forgot it had Confusion. It's got a lot of bad moves, so the chances of you getting through that was... Anyway. I don't think you would have had too many resets on there if you didn't get lucky in the first run. Problem with all that training is you're pushing your time now.
Yeah. We got 116 last time, so we're essentially going all in for a really good league right now. And if we don't get a really good league, then it's gonna suck.
I think Sabrina should be a lot easier now.
Oh, definitely. We're currently faster than the first Kadabra, which will definitely make a difference. Dang it.
Sabrina, then Giovanni, and then Rival 5, yeah.
Crap, I forgot to save. Well, now we're really all in.
I don't think you'll need the save. You're so much higher than you were before.
I missed, or it missed stun score.
You got paralyzed last time too.
All right, so last time I rare candied all the way up to 58 for rival.
No, after Giovanni, yeah.
Yeah, for rival 5. I'm saying, or sorry, rival 6 for rival 6. So we're obviously going to do something very similar this time.
And just see how many levels you get after fighting the 2 mandatory trainers.
I'm trying to think. We want to teach Mimic over.
Have you got Mimic? No, you haven't grabbed Mimic.
No, we were gonna. I think we're gonna teach Mimic over Rest,
Yep.
and then
And then take Rest after Lorelei. Oh, thank goodness. Honestly, I think just this trainer and that's it. Like, I don't think you need to fight anymore. Because you're going to be 54. Giovanni.
Giovanni usually gives about a level and a half, so I'm gonna do this guy just in case.
Okay. Oh, well, he's easy anyway, so.
Still not sure if that's enough.
You got that King trainer as well.
Yeah, I think that'll get me enough for 2 levels. Okay. 3,200. And then okay, he gives 8,500. Oh, that's not gonna be 2 levels, is it?
Did you grab the red candy from Fuchsia?
Yeah. I taught. Oh well.
Oh, you taught Sand Slash strength. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I think I might be able to just win without rare candying this time.
Yeah, I think so. You're higher level. You're level 50 last
Well, I was
time.
58 last time with the candies.
No, I meant without candies. You were at level 50 and you lost them and you used all rare candies.
Because if I can beat her or beat the rival at a lower level, then I probably don't need to do as many Victory Road trainers.
I don't think you need to do a single Victory Road trainer.
Hi, Scott.
Hey, Scott.
All right, so we were teaching over rest for this battle, and we've got the rest TM for later. We're not teaching Blizzard until later.
Yep.
All right, agility. Set up. Oh, wow, that's not going to be great. Okay, we're going to set up on the Growlithe.
Oh, okay.
It does make this Gyarados a little bit more difficult not having Blizzard. Agility. Okay, now we're going to outspeed and not level up. It did not matter. Okay, and I guess...
Oh, Blizzard.
Maybe we do need Blizzard. Hard to say. I think I'd go rare candies before I go Blizzard. I'm gonna go. Oh crap! I forgot to go grab agility. We'll give it one more try. Although now the Alakazam is gonna be harder.
True, but you're not setting up on this. You'll have more health.
Okay, we'll use the rare candies. We used the rare candies last time. It is what it is.
Yeah. Even if you just use 2 rare
I need. No, we're using them all. Last time we got pretty lucky on the Venusaur. I think we got either a crit or a freeze. I can't remember.
Well, you're level 60 last time on that.
Okay, well, I needed to be 65 entering the league. And currently, I'm about to be 65 before this battle. So I think we actually don't need to do any Victory Road trainers.
True.
Oh, well. I mean, I guess that is the benefits of all the extra training we did.
Well, yeah. I was going to say, you only probably have to use one agility. You probably don't have to fully set up either.
It literally cannot hurt to have a little bit extra damage, especially since it's Gyarados. I mean, Gyarados is probably going to be a 2-shot at best. Good body slam.
True.
Yeah, there we go. All right.
Yeah, I think you could go straight.
Oh, okay. 2,500. Okay, we'll do one trainer in Victory Road. Now the question is, I think we're gonna do the first trainer, the one with the Persian Ninetales. Oops. Well, that's why we bought an extra. And you know what? Maybe that was worth it. Maybe we're not gonna get the Fearow now. The Fearow. I cracked myself up. You know, we used a whole super potion to prevent the one Fearow. Or Ditto.
Yep.
Oops. Alright,
You got the rare candy up.
I'm gonna get the rare candy. It's the amount of resets that are capable in this run is so massive. I think the rare candy is not a waste of time. We'll use it right before Lorelei. Yeah, I think this girl gives, next to the Mr. Mime trainer, she's the least amount of least amount of XP in the here.
Yeah.
All right, when did I want to teach rest back? Is it just champion?
After Lorelei. After Lorelei. You don't use Mimic after Lorelei.
All right, and then Blizzard for Agatha.
Well, yeah. I mean, you could teach Blizzard now. You don't use Ice Beam till.
No, you're right. We teach Mimic over, or we teach Rest over Mimic after Lorelei. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess there was no reason to hold on to Blizzard for Rival 6 then.
Well, Blizzard was for Lance.
Uh-huh. But why? But
Yeah,
what's causing us to
Blizzard
not
for-
teach it now?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I guess Bruno, if you want to use Ice Beam.
I guess that was
But
just poor
you-
planning on my part.
anyway.
I don't know why, but I thought I was gonna teach it over a non-ice move later, but I guess that was wrong.
Mimic's only useful for this one battle.
Yep.
And
don't know
use
why.
PP.
Just didn't teach Blizzard. I felt like I was holding on to it to teach over another move, but I guess I was wrong.
No.
The crazy thing is we now have to win within 7 minutes, which I mean is not that bad. We are so much higher of a level. So it's body slam until we get hit by Growl. Crap.
Oh,
Okay.
that was a lot more painful than last time.
Yeah, it is what it is.
That's what happens sometimes. These things have luck.
I mean, I also didn't get hit by any growls, so that means we didn't get badge boosted even a little bit. But we just got hit by 2 growls, so I mean that's good.
Oh wow, one shot, nice.
Oh, well, I mean, we're 7 levels higher. We should definitely be one-shot sweeping like everything.
Yeah, and here you just surf the whole thing, you win.
Yeah, I mean, we're not ice
Yeah,
type, so we're not even weak to fighting moves. So, like, even if we get hit by submission from Bruna, or I mean, from the Machamp, I'm not even worried.
Yeah, your scats would probably be out high now, being 68. You're probably not even worried. Not that it was a problem. Now rest, remember?
Yep, rest. Okay, rest over Mimic. Elixir. All right, I need to move forward to the top. Okay. Well,
All right. One try. Come on.
I mean,
Get
we
all
need to
this
two-shot
training.
this first Gengar. Of course.
That's all right. Has a chance to use haze.
Oh, whoops. Oh, well, it used haze again. All right, two-shot this Gengar, please. Okay, we'll rest on Arbok, if we get to Arbok.
Nice. Can't do much to you.
Unless it gets double crit. I think the odds of it getting 2 more crits in a row is probably pretty low.
Nice. You're almost full health. Cool.
Hold on. Don't say that. When you see confused Ray, anything can happen.
True. They don't call it the lottery for nothing. The Agatha lottery.
I mean, it only takes one hit yourself, and then I don't know, toxic, then another hit yourself. There's a lot of things that could go wrong.
You went from having 4 resets on Agatha having 0. Price surf on this thing.
Oh, we survived a hyper beam. Nice.
Just need to get this blizzard gun.
All right, and we
Get
will
out of
we'll
this
level up before the ride on. That's the most important part of this strat, is leveling up before the ride on. We are perfectly good with that.
Nice.
Hey, MMNRER, do you notice our Seal's name is actually Seel? Seel, but spelled differently.
Right.
All right, now we need to
I
get
don't think we really just need-
approximately. Well, last time we needed 4 leers to be able to 2-shot the Gyarados. I don't think we need 4 leers. We probably only need 3 now.
2? Yeah, I'd say 2.
All right, we'll probably get 1 more leer while I'm rested. Come on, leer, leer. There we go. All right, now here's the scary part. Hyper Beam can still probably knock us out, but it didn't happen.
All right, cool. You've won now.
We're gonna first try the whole league. This is impressive.
Yeah, as long as you don't miss the blizzard, done. Nice.
Booyah!
Time as well.
All right. Well, all the training was worth it because we knocked off 3 whole minutes. We probably could have knocked off some more of the training. Like we probably didn't need to do Fighting Dojo, but I think it was worth it. Like we probably didn't have to do Fighting Dojo. We probably could have just added a trainer or 2 in Victory Road. Yeah, I mean it is what it is. But you know, I think the whole rest thing on Agatha was brilliant. That was a great idea. Obviously, we could have had Blizzard for Rival 6. That could have saved us a little bit of time. But all in all, I mean, like, our over-under was 113. We got 113.40. So, I mean, everybody who voted under was wrong. But, you know, I think 113 is a pretty solid time.
Yeah.
All right, 113. Let's see where this puts us. 113 puts us...
Might be able to cut down a bit of training here and there. And
all right, well,
slightly level.
Let's not say Golem. Let's say it's more of a Grimer because we did a Grimer like a month or 2 ago. But let's see, game time 4:47. So it's technically after Porygon, but that makes sense. The game time is super high because those 2 runs have a lot of resets. This run doesn't have a lot of resets. This one just required a lot of training. Unfortunately, just Seel's been held back by its speed and its physical attack. Actually, I had to use Body Slam on like the Alakazams, and even then, Alakazams didn't die to Body Slam. Like,
yeah, it was a 2-shot every time.
Yeah. So I mean, it was kind of held back by a little bit of an attack stat, a little bit of speed.
Plus, not being ice type actually hinders it. Like the ice stab is so useful.
Agreed. I think ice stab only like it's only a plus. It's never a minus. Like what is ice stab like? So essentially, you could die technically to a Bruno submission, but I mean, okay.
Honestly, it's even in Gen 2. Being ice type is actually really handy. It's not till about Gen 3 where I would say ice probably isn't that useful just because of all the fighting types in Gen 3.
Yeah, I mean, if we had stab ice, I think we could have done some other stuff earlier, or just had better luck. The Venusaur was very scary. We got pretty lucky on some of the freezes on Venusaur on our first attempt, which we didn't really get that lucky on the second attempt, but we just kind of over leveled past Venusaur on the second attempt.
Blizzard helps a lot.
Yeah, Blizzard definitely. Like Stab Blizzard is like as strong as it like gets. But I'm overall pretty happy with this time. Seeing as Dugong is 50 minutes and we just got 113, I think there's some more time to save on Dugong, honestly. I think Dugong could probably get like 41, 42.
Probably Sandscrew got a bit of time.
Like the best thing about this thing was its HP. I think its HP really carried it through a lot of battles. It unfortunately was not enough to stop the X attack self-destruct from Koga on the first attempt. But like if it was a Dugong, I think it might have survived an X attack self-destruct, no problem. Probably wouldn't even require training either.
Where's Dugong rank? And Well,
Yeah,
that's way up
it's
there.
28. And the thing is, Dugong was like one of my very, very first edited videos. Is like my first, I think, versus video, or maybe my second versus video. So it's really old. Like it's over 2 years old.
How
So,
much of the time you reckon you could get on that?
oh, I think I could probably get 41, 42. If
Oh,
I
wow.
recall, Dugong's one of those Pokemon that just breezes through the game without like any real like problems.
Just Aurora Beam right at the start, right? So
Yeah,
block is
yeah.
pretty easy.
I mean, it like I'm saying it like walks through the game, like kind of how Mewtwo, just like you don't need to do any training, you don't need to pick up any items. You might need to pick up an item or two for Dugong, and probably pick up Blizzard and whatnot. But if I recall, Dugong was just like smooth sailing, like just the whole game. It's like none of the matchups were particularly hard, and none of them were particularly like I need to like overtrain for, like no barriers to entry, like maybe 1 or 2 resets here or there. I look at it, the run has 1 reset, 1. Like there was probably a lot of items to cut out of that run, and it also didn't use the bike. So
Oh wow.
mm-hmm.
So everyone in the chat, vote for Dugong, and when Steve puts a poll up.
Well, I think I won't be doing the redos until I'm done with Stadium,
Oh, okay.
which hopefully should be soon, unless more teams get killed along the way.
True. Oh, what are you going in Stadium? Like, what's the plan? Just to gym leader
Just do the gym leader castle. I really do think the Elite Four is going to take like 4 hours on its own, like an entire stream on its own. So
You reckon we'll do round 2?
No, absolutely not. No. When we get through the one time, that's gonna be it. I remember doing Elite Four Stadium on my phone, and round 2 was really, really hard. Like the rental Pokemon are really bad.
Well, they don't change, right, between round 1 and round 2.
Oh, they absolutely change.
No, what I'm saying is that trainers Pokemon in those tournaments and Gym Leader Castle, you change, and they actually get EVs and IVs and stuff like that. So whereby your rentals don't have any of that.
Yeah, my rentals stay the same. Everybody else just gets stronger.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like if I recall, there's a trainer. I don't know if it's in the first playthrough, but there's a trainer in Giovanni's gym that I think has all 3 legendary birds. I don't know if that was on the first time through or if that's on the second time through.
Round 2 does. It has Moltres, Zapdos, and Oku. And it's like the second last one before Giovanni, I'm pretty sure.
I agree, Annie. I think Gengar is right where it belongs. Right behind Ghastly. I'll never live that down. It's the greatest.
It's like no one's even asked for it, right?
No, there has not been a single comment I could recall in like 5 or 6 streams about the redos. Nobody has mentioned Gengar. It's like everybody just like, Gengar's where it belongs. Right behind Ghastly.
What's the big difference? Like the stats?
It's just the stats. Like there are a lot of matchups where Ghastly 2-shot stuff or 3-shot stuff that Gengar just 1-shot stuff, and that's literally just the time save is 1-shotting versus 2-shotting stuff.
And surviving stuff, right?
Yes, yes. Dying also is a factor with Ghastly.
How many resets you got on Ghastly? I can't
look at it. It's got 8 resets. Ghastly has 8 resets, and it's ahead of 1 reset Gengar.
Wow.
How early was Gengar? Yeah, I don't even remember how early Gengar was. I think I did Gengar like halfway through my playthroughs. Like I don't even think it was like. I think I used the bike on Gengar. I don't think it's like that old. It's just. I think back then, I probably picked up a lot more items. I think Gengar doesn't really need a lot of items. Like, it doesn't need probably calciums or proteins or carbos or any of that garbage. It could probably it could probably win without even picking up some candies. But, oh well.
Oh, well. See how it goes. See if anyone cares enough about
I
it.
think what's real embarrassing is that Mew time. Looking at Mew with 48, knowing that in yellow, the harder game, people were getting 32. And to be with Scott's rules, technically 34.
Well, yeah. I don't know. Red blue is slightly tougher for Mew just because of Brock.
That is true. That is true. I bet you the red blue Brock split would probably take a lot longer.
Yeah.
But let's be honest. The yellow blue, they don't really do any training. They don't even do all of the available trainers. I mean, yeah, the Brock split might be 1 minute higher. I mean, is it really that much of a time waste?
Yeah, it's just Brock's 2 levels higher, right? And
Yeah. All of his Pokemon are 2 levels higher, and he does have Defense Curl, which is a real big problem for Pound. But Mew really gets exponential on that level. So instead of doing, I think everybody was doing Mew at, I think everyone was doing Brock at 12. I mean, I could just get to 14, 15. I mean, it's medium slow. So I mean, it does not take that much training to get to 15 a medium slow.
But the other problem is it's more likely to use Bide.
I mean, it is what it is. I learned from the yellow Mew run that if he uses Bide, just transform and then set up all your screeches. It is what it is.
Be alright to try.
Well, that's only if people vote for Mew. Mew's pretty high on the rankings. I think Scott commented on one of the posts about Blastoise, but I don't think it got enough votes.
No, I don't think Blastoise really need to rerun.
No, Blastoise definitely needs to run. I think Scott has like Blastoise in like the top 4, like right there with like Charizard.
Yeah, I know, but he hasn't finished Red and Blue yet. I don't know.
I mean, he's finishing it a lot faster than I am. He's getting like 2 or 3 Pokemon done a week. I'm getting 1 now. And redos don't count because redos are Pokemon that are already on the leaderboard.
Yeah. And plus he's gone all of them, right? Like he's going to mid-stage.
Right. I mean, according to my leaderboard, I'm at 112 Pokemon out of 151. So I mean, even I'm still like 40 away. Oh, and the Weedle one's got to be redone because the Weedle one cheats.
Oddly enough, I think Ivysaur would do better than Venusaur. Gets Sleep Power a lot earlier level.
Well, I mean, Venusaur gets at like 45. I mean, you think like 40, 41 would make that much of a difference?
See, Ivysaur.
Don't get me wrong, you're right. Like for instance, Meowth versus Persian. Persian never gets to benefit off of Slash, like ever. By the time you unlock Slash, aka when you defeat Giovanni, you don't need Slash anymore. It's already outlived its usefulness. But Meowth gets Slash at a lower level, and it needs more training. So Meowth gets to benefit from Slash.
All right. So it gets growth at level 38, right? Whereby Venusaur gets it at level 43 and gets Sleep Power at level 46 instead of level 55.
40, wow, 9 levels lower. Yeah, you're right, man. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not going to beat Venusaur, but it will give it a run for its money. Well, here's the thing, all right? Like that's like Muck, all right? Muck I did like again, one of my very first videos. Didn't even use the bike. Like 1 hour. 1 hour, and that's a super old video with a super bad time. I mean, it's got 4 resets with the Pokemon with minimized. Meanwhile, Grimer down here at 114. Oh wow, 15 resets. That's a high. Grimer is played with the bike, with just better overall play, better overall style, and it stats. Sometimes stats just matter more.
Well, the moveset at the start as well was worse.
Yes. Muck got poison gas, which let it beat Brock like 2 minutes faster, or something like that. But sometimes stats just make a big difference.
Yeah, I notice that even slow growth rate Pokemon, like the scats can be that much of a help, but it doesn't matter. It's not gaining as many levels as a medium fast or a medium slow.
And the thing is, I really did think I could beat Muck when I started that Grimer. Unfortunately, 114 isn't even close to 1 hour.
No.
I remember when I was doing Charmander, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna beat Charizard because Charizard had 55 minutes. And Charizard, again, really old run. I mean, 55 minutes is not even good for a Charizard. I mean, look, I got 39 right there. 55 minutes not good at all for Charizard, but stats just matter.
Stats and moves. So,
oh, you're right. Yeah. Like Charmander, you can't do Brock without Ember. Charizard just starts with Ember.
Yeah, and also speeds up the bug train. You know, with Charizard just fly through the whole forest, Iranian forest.
Yeah, like for instance, Kingler. Kingler starts with Bubble, which is not a good move, but it's good against Brock. So, like, Krabby, look at Krabby and Kingler. Krabby and Kingler is 103 versus 54. If Krabby had started with Bubble like Kingler did, I probably could have gotten pretty close to a Kingler time. So, again, Kingler is also way too hot, like low on the leaderboard. It should also be a lot higher. And then if I recall, I think Mr. Mime is like top 2 on Scott's leaderboard. So Mr. Mime is also very old and just not, I didn't play it good. Like,
is that one of your oldest videos, Mr. Mime?
I don't know how old Mr. Mime is, unfortunately.
I'm sure it's one of your earliest videos, that one.
Yeah. It's
Executor, why is he so low?
Oh, because you have to beat Brock with Barrage.
But like, is he early as well? 122?
Yes, very early. I'm pretty sure there's probably 10 minutes to cut off that run, but again, beating Brock with Barrage is really bad.
On slow growth rate.
Yes, slow growth rate as well. Like, look, it has 3 resets, so I mean, it wasn't a bad run. That's just.
Oh, you're not looking forward to the Execute.
No, Execute's gonna be down there with Venonat. I've seen Scott's leaderboard. I've seen Gym Leader Matt's leaderboard. I've seen J Rose's leaderboard. Execute's like second to last on like all of them.
Yeah.
That's because I've been putting off Execute, Eddie. I don't even think Execute's ever been on a poll.
I think
actually, I take that back. Execute has absolutely been on a poll because I remember I've got this this Execute picture that's like holiday related. So I have done it at least one time.
There is a.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of holiday Executes.
You do get hypnosis, so you can use that. Well, saying that, the attack stat is so low. Yeah.
I mean, it like. How should I put it? Barrage and what else? There's another one. Jinx has it. Oh, Barrage and Double Slap are just some of the worst moves that exist. It's just
Punch.
It's just that the accuracy in PP is just too low. Yeah, Comet Punch too. Yeah, I think that they should be 30 PP for both Barrage, Comet Punch, and Double Slap. They should all have like 30 PP. 20 is just not enough. Same. I think Metronome. Metronome, they should have given it 40. Why 10? Who's gonna use 10 Metronomes?
Wouldn't it have been good if they gave Executor Metronome?
Speed even mentioned that Barrage is such a bad move that in one of the later games they just straight up remove it from the game. Execute's in the game and they just remove it from the game.
It's also Executor's it's his signature move, Barrage.
Mm-hmm.
It should have been Grass type.
That's an interesting take. It being Grass type. I mean, it would have made Brock easier, but I think in general it would make the move itself worse.
Why?
Well, Grass
Scab
type. Grass type is the least offensive type in the entire game.
Yeah, but it'd be Scab on Executor.
That is true.
And increase power. And you ain't really, Executor doesn't get a grass move till Erica. Mega Drain.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's just not a lot of stab grass moves in general. I mean, yeah, there's Absorb, Mega Drain, Leech. No, that's Razor Leaf, Vine Whip.
Yeah, but Executor doesn't get any of that.
Right.
Like Execute doesn't.
Annie, I'm only saying this statistically. Statistically, grass is the most weaknesses and is resisted by the most types. Statistically, it's the worst offensive typing and the most defensively bad type in the whole game.
If you didn't get Sleep Power, it'd be one of the worst types of all time.
Speaking of, I can actually prove it. So here's the Gen 1. Oh, let me vertical people. There it is. All right. So grass. So offensively, grass is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's resisted by 6 types. Now let's see how many types it's weak to.
7 in Gen 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weaknesses. It's statistically the worst type in the game, offensive and defensive.
And then Gen 2 still also resists grass, so another one gets resisted.
It looks like both poison and bug are not great offensively, both being resisted 4 times.
Poison's never been.
Oh, fighting's also resisted 4 times. Oh, hold on. Oh, that's grass. Grass is 5. I don't see any other 5s. I only see some 4s. Fire's resisted 4 times. So yeah, I mean, I guess technically fire, fighting, poison, and bug are second worst.
To be fair, you also gotta look at like Pokemon available and movesets other than the Scab moves it gets. Grass is one of the worst because it only has grass, normal, and poison moves usually.
Man, look at Dragon. It is just nothing resists Dragon. Only super effective. And it's only weak to 2 things.
Yeah, Ice and Dragon. And it doesn't even get a Dragon move in Gen 1.
Right.
Dragon Rage doesn't count because it's typeless.
It would literally mean that next to Psychic, if you were to backport Dragon type stuff with Dragon type moves, it would just be the most OP typing in the game next to Psychic.
No, it'd be below Psychic though, wouldn't it?
Depends on if it's Dragon Flying or not. If it's Dragon Flying, I'd put it below Psychic.
Because Psychic technically doesn't have any weaknesses in the game if you think about it.
I think a mono Psychic type, mono Dragon type versus a mono Psychic type would be an interesting race. But you'd have to backport something like Dragon Breath and Dragon Claw to Gen 1 for it to be fair. Yeah. Because Dragon Breath would be like Psybeam and Dragon Claw would be like Psychic. So then it would be fair comparison.
That would be a fair comparison. Dragon also goes off a special, and most of the dragons until Gen 5, until Gen 3, are all physical attackers. Well, technically, Tindra's special.
Oh, don't remind me. Freaking Salamence.
Salamence, Dragon Knight. The only special attackers are Kingler and the Laios and Laios. But most dragons are physical attackers as well. You backport them, that's just like, my Scab is still worse than my non-Scab moves.
What's the difference of power between Dragon Claw and Dragon Pulse?
Dragon Pulse is like 70. Dragon Claw is like 80.
That's what I thought. I thought Dragon Claw was 90. What? I don't know what a 90 power dragon move is then, for an equivalent to Psychic. Or 95.
Yeah, they go a bit over the top. So I'm looking at Dragon Knight Gen 4. So you got Outrage is 120, but that's like Thrash.
Outrage is bad.
You got Dragon Rush, which is 100 to 75 accuracy.
That's Iron Tail.
Twister's 40. Dragon Claw is 80 with 100 move. Dragon Pulse is 90, 100. Okay, so Dragon Pulse is the psychic equivalent.
I don't remember what move Speed and I did for the future Pokemon ROM. I think it was Dragon Pulse.
Dragon Claw or Dragon Pulse?
I don't remember. We backported a lot of 80 to 90 power moves in our backport. Every single type that exists has an 80 to 90 power move in the backported ROM with like the Alolan and whatnot. I remember Raticate is actually very, very strong because it gets Dark Pulse, Hyper Fang, and it also got another 80 power move. I can't remember, but it got a lot of 80 power moves. Like Alolan Raticate is really, really good.
Really scary for psychics.
Right. Okay, well, we've gone way, way too long here at the end of the stream. Have a nice night, guys. I will see you on Saturday, where we're going to be doing Zealous Pawn, Ike the Killer, Speedrunner 0218, and myself, all doing Alolan Sandslash. That stream will be 1 hour after the normal time, so instead of 7 p.m., it will actually be 8 p.m. Today, I was actually supposed to stream 2 hours early. According to my schedule, I was supposed to do 5 p.m., but I forgot. So that's okay. Enough people showed up. I don't think a lot of people noticed. But have a nice night, guys. Bye.
Bye. Oh.